Back we go to 35. That is the 35. We decided. We had a vote. We had a little talk. And 35, that is the number. Negative 35 decibels is the correct volume for the music. Apparently. I don't know. I don't make stuff up. Hello, ukulele. Hello, Ucarano. Hello, Ucarano. Hello, Ucarano. And Yuka Funky Man. And Yuka Blanco. How you doing? Was it a taco talk? No, it was, I've had stupid, I don't know what happened. I'm going to blame an update. Because for 4 years, I never had anybody complain about the balance of the music. And then all of a sudden, it's like, man, the music is too loud. Music is too loud. And I'm like, what? It's the same. What? I didn't. So we had a talk. And we've established that this is it. This is where we're going to be. I'm going to go with 35 decibels. And that's what I'm going to decide. Right. Well, yeah, it wasn't the jams. It was the equilibrium. Oh, I'm excited. I'm trying a new flavor of Rogue today that I've never tried before. And I'm kind of excited about it. It's strawberry kiwi. I've been wanting to try this one for a while. I'm curious because I like strawberries and I like kiwis, but like, that's not bad. That's pretty good. I'm going to withhold judgment because I did this one time, and I did the lemonade one, dragon fruit lemonade, and I tried it, and I'm like, that's pretty tasty. And then as I drank it, I'm like, that's not quite as tasty as I thought. And I'm like, I don't think I like that one as much. It's good, tastes fancy, but like by the end of it, after a week or so, I was like, you know what? Here, you can have that one, Ethan. Take that one. Oh, so now it's yours. So this is good though. It tastes like what it tastes. I like it when it tastes like what it says it tastes like. That's always nice. Yeah, that tastes like strawberry kiwi. Literally, it's really good. It's very summery. I know, I saw that. I'm like, oh man, he got the box. I was, if I make enough sales this month, although that would be today, I would get, you could get a fridge. If I make the most sales, I would get a fridge, and it had a big, like, the white lion from that flavor on it. And I'm like, that's really cool. Not my favorite design, but having a little mini fridge, like right there, full of Rogue, that'd be rad. I think that'd be cool anyway. Anyway, good to see you guys today. We're going to be jumping into, I'm going to share my heart a little bit, and we're going to talk about a Bible thing, and then we're going to jump into, then we're going to go Minecraft. Tiger blood is good. It tastes like, coconut and something. Is it orange coconut? No, something coconut. But it's got like a coconutty flavor. The tiger blood, right? I think, pretty sure. And then because the other one, there's one that tastes like Tang, and it just tastes like Tang. It's orange. One of my favorite is Radiant Rush. That tastes like cranberry orange. Like I like orange. So what do you want? This. Are these Sponge's fridge in the background? Yeah, it would be kind of cool. Fruit punch. Yeah, it's like fruit punch with coconut. Yeah. It's a unique flavor for people. Like if you like it, you're gonna like it. But if you're not a coconut person, you're not gonna like it. Same thing with the dragon fruit lemonade, right? It's like some people are gonna be like, that is my favorite flavor, and I've seen it in the Rogue. That's like, people are like, oh, it's my favorite flavor of all time, and I'm like, okay, good for you. I mean, everybody's got their own taste. I'm old, man. I want mine to taste like a blue freezy. What do you want? It's blue freezy, purple freezy. That's what I like. But that's pretty tasty. So I got these, right? Yep. Like I got a crap ton of the samples, because there's a thing I want to do with them, and I'm like, if I order the sample, I'm gonna get a couple that I haven't tried yet. Did I do this one? No, just that one. I've tried almost all the flavors. Hello, Samus. Good to see you. But how was your weekend? Tell me if anybody's got anything that they did kind of fun. This was Sugar Bush weekend in where I'm from. People have been sugar bushing their brains out up here. If you don't know what that is, it means you go and you tap the trees, you take out the maple syrup, and you boil it up in the backyard or wherever you go, and you make yourself maple syrup. I have a friend who did that. He in what was it, in a couple days, he said 160 liters. 160 liters, man. Which, if you know the ratio, it's 40-1. So to sap to maple syrup is 40-1. So for every 40 liters of sap, you get 1 liter of maple syrup. So 40 gallons, you get 1 gallon of maple syrup. So it's a lot of boiling. I didn't name it. But you go to the bush. If you're going to the bush, you're going to a bunch of trees. So there. If you go bushwhacking, it's implied that there are trees. You adopted 2 puppies. Oh, did you really? Like full-time adopted, or was it like you're doing rescue stuff and then you got to give them up? And if you adopted them, did it brother and sister? Is it mom and child? Why 2? Oh yeah, last week talk about that's so tasty. Referring back to last week's talk about the church situation, I had a long breakfast with my pastor on Friday and felt like it was super productive. Full time. Oh, far out. Same later, brothers. Far out. How long will maple syrup last in your cars like fuel? If it depends. It depends. If you turn it into maple alcohol, you could do that. If it's organic, you can make it into alcohol. So I'm sure you could do it. No question. Too cute to separate. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's always nice. I've adopted like a cat, a couple cats, and we adopt a couple dog, 1 dog, and the one that came from a nice home and was weaned and stuff like that, very good animal. The one that came from not as great a place and was kind of pulled out too early, not a great animal. And so therefore, if you can keep them together and make them happy, I mean, you're gonna have better pets, right? Good afternoon, Bidsley. That'd be the most Canadian thing ever. Maple syrup powered cars. Oh yeah, maple syrup powered cars with the maple syrup powered poutine delivery trucks. They were foster for a while. They're 3 months old and already bigger than our aging dog. Yeah, Mike. Have you seen Donnie's cat? You want to see something wild? Go look at Donnie's kitten. Thing was like I don't know, a month old. And it was already the size of like an adult cat. Like it's a big cat, and now it's huge. It's huge, and it's only 6 months old. It's just this story. Yeah. Ever told you my theory about that? Why that's part of our sort of culture? It's because I think it's because we have such a big country. Everybody's used to having space. Right? You can have as much space as you want. You can live in the middle of nowhere and have nobody around you for miles and miles and miles. And so therefore, every time that means, I believe it means our personal bubbles are bigger than most. Certainly bigger than like Japan or India or, places that are kind of packed in. And so therefore, when you get into our personal bubble, it's a lot easier because it's a lot bigger. So therefore, we've just kind of learned, because we know that everybody has a bigger bubble than others. When we're in someone else's bubble, we apologize. Whereas I think in the United States, the bubbles are really, really small, right? Like it's just seems to me that you guys, you'll deal with a lot of bumping and whatnot before maybe not in Texas, but that's my theory. Hello, Ferric. Some reason decided to cram the vast majority of our population to a few areas instead of capitalizing on the vast. Oh, we did too. like 80% of Canada has nothing in it at all. So, but yeah, same thing. But I was in Alberta, right? So when I was growing up in Alberta, I was growing up in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, and when we went to Costco, it was a 3-hour drive. Right? 3-hour drive one way, go to Costco, 3-hour drive back. And that was just the Costco trip. It wasn't like we thought, oh, wow, we're going super far. It was just, yeah, that's how far away the Costco is. And so, but in other countries around the world, especially Europe, right? You'd go all the way to like past 3 countries if you drove that far. Hello, Miss Duck. You're up early. Good golly. How far to your next sticker? Far out, man. Our bubbles are fairly large too. You're in 3 feet of someone, they might start to get uncomfortable. Okay, well, then I wonder how big ours are. That's good. I may get a container of that. That's a good flavor. Okay, so how was your weekend? If not, we can jump straight into the Devo. I'll do the Devo. I'll try to start the Devo at 12:30 is basically what I'm trying to find a system. We'll talk about it in a minute. This is strawberry kiwi. It's a brand new flavor that I'm trying, and it's super tasty. I couldn't sleep a bit, had strange dreams. Oh, what's up, Duck? What's up, Duck? That's funny. Because that's a quote from Warner Brothers. You know? Like, what do they call it? What do they call the Looney Tunes back in the day? My yesterday, I was unable to accomplish anything. Oh, well, that's okay. You're not built for accomplishment. That's what it's for. That's not your main goal. We'll talk about that today, too. It's okay to abide. Hello, Jim. Driving for your first time. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I remember when I started driving, it was fun. It was I liked it right away. And I went from like, I'm not driving to driving anywhere my mom wanted me to go. So it was fun. You achieved your learners. Far out, man. That's cool. Good for you. Congratulations. That's exciting. The learning permit is great. Around here in Ontario, there's a few more steps because there's like the learners, and then there's like, you get to keep the learner, you get to drive for like a year, and then you got to do another test. And then after that, you get your driver's license, and then they make you do one last test like later to get your permanent driver's license. There's like a few things to jump through. I'm just saying your value is not in what you do. Your value is in who you are, regardless. Yeah, that's exciting. I'm glad. Let me flip over to ye old Devo page so that we can at least know that we're being serious about that. Graduated license. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, my daughter, she's 22 now? Oh, the heck old is my daughter? Pretty old. And she's got to go for her license test again. You know, yet another test. So, but then that'll be the real one. Okay. My self-worth was directly proportional to how much sleep and caffeine I get each day. Fair enough. Yeah, the sleep thing has always been elusive for me. No matter how much I need a nap, I don't get a nap. I'm biologically incapable of napping, but I'll just feel crappy. And if the caffeine thing is always nice. You drink some little caffeine, you're like, oh yeah, I feel a bit better. But then like there's a level at which you go from, I feel better to I feel anxious and upset. And that's too much caffeine. I can get my learners this year, and my dad parked the car once, and then he got out of the car, and I was like, oh, what the? And then I went on the driver's side, and on my first go, I went good without my license. Dude, rock and roll. Driving is complex. There's a lot going on. You're seeing a lot of stuff. There's things behind, in front. If everybody follows the rules, it's fairly straightforward. But the problem is you always have an idiot that's doing something. And so that's why you got to be like super aware. The hard part is trying to be aware of like 7 places at once, dashboard in front of you, rear view mirror, dashboard and then back and then looking around, things in front of you, things behind, looking in the distance. Meanwhile, you're really just doing this. That's all you're doing. And it's, but there's just a lot of little micro things happening, which is why it can be mentally exhausting, because it's not because you're doing anything taxing, because like literally, you're driving and then you turn on your like blinker or whatever you call it, your indicator, like this, like it's not, there's not much going on, but it's like, there's so much that is like occurring that it's just, you got to be alert. When I got my license, I had a girlfriend who lived out of town. The ability to drive would have been useless if I wasn't allowed on the highway, right? Yeah, because you're not allowed on the major highway. We could get to the big city if we wanted to, from where I live. Like, you just got to take the back roads or whatever. And it's not the end of the world, but yeah, it would be more inconvenient. That's for sure, especially in the winter. Been tracking my sleep pretty closely. I get average 6 hours a night. Do you have an Apple Watch that keeps track of what you're doing? The newest one, 14, or I don't know what number they're on now. Apparently it actually tracks sleep apnea, which is pretty slick. Wife taught me how to drive. She was my girlfriend then too. Oh, really? Oh, that's funny. I drive exactly. My kid hates it. I've been driving forever, and so therefore, but at the same time, I've also seen so many dumb people. No matter how fast you go. I remember doing an experiment one time where I was on the highway. I was driving probably back home somewhere. It was going to be like a 5-hour drive. And I'm like, I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to drive as fast as the fastest driver and see how that goes. And of course, it was like, I wasn't too worried about getting a ticket because, quite frankly, it was just a big, long, wide highway. And so therefore, where I'm driving, and I'd be like, some guy passed, and so I'd speed up to kind of go his speed. And then, he'd turn off or whatever, and I'm going 130. And all of a sudden, some guy come alongside, and I'd be like, okay. And then I'm up to 150 kilometers per hour. And I'm driving like that, all of a sudden I see a guy go like that. I'm like, I'm not going that fast. That's insane. No matter how fast you go, there will always be someone going faster. Always. I've driven in games and pretty garbage at it. Yeah, well, better to smash up in there. Actually, there's a new Crash game coming out. What's it called? It's the version 2 of a game where Wreckfest is coming out. I played Wreckfest at a friend's house. That looked really fun. So I imagine 2 would be even better. Had a bit of surgery on Saturday afternoon on my leg. How did that go? Do you feel better? Did they give you a prognosis for how long it's going to be? Did they give you a new cast? Do you have... I do the Apple Watch sleep tracking. It also warns me possible. Does it really? Oh, that's slick, man. That's cool. I think of getting a wearable device to track my sleep. I have an app on my phone for it, but it sometimes shows nothing. Yeah, it's got a LiDAR that watches you sleep or something. Yeah, I would think that I don't know if the Fitbit does it, but I looked in, my son just got an Apple Watch, and so I was looking at all the features, and I was kind of amazed at how many health things that little thing can track. Crazy, man. Tiring. Does that mean you get a day off school today? Wait, for you it's, no, yeah. Do you get a day off school today, Duck? Because you just got off for your surgery? I stand corrected. I drove once with a cousin of mine guiding me. She was my eyes. I did pretty good until I tried to pull in and pop the trellis off my grandparents' porch because I couldn't stop in time. The lattice. Okay, still though. That's pretty funny. No day off school? Aw. And you can send me a song right now. Just stick it in the Discord. Let everybody enjoy it. Okay, 12:30. Let's do this thing. We'll switch over to the Devo music. Your attendance is 97%. That's pretty good. You went all the way around the block? Oh, that's sick, man. That's funny. I don't know if I have that much faith in people. Everybody can fill in what you think that he was going all the way around. That'll be your activity. Jim Bim went all the way around the bull. Feel free to fill in whatever hilarious thing you want at the end of that. Where in the Discord? The music section, Duck. The one that says music. Sorry. We work so hard to have areas for people to put things, and people are like, I want to put a weird thing. I'm like, fine, we'll find it something. We'll make a whole section for you. So I think we've got it all. Nothing you can share that isn't going to be there. We got food, we got music, we got pictures, we got memes, we got Bible stuff, we got prayer, we got chatting, we got creator stuff. What do you want? Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's true. For you, it's very early. That is true. Okay, I take it back. That sounds fun. I'm glad she did that. That's pretty cool, Jim Bim. Okay, let's talk about this. This is the Devo. See if I can make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, I can. Okay, good. Meow. I'm gonna pray, and then I'm going to and then we'll jump into kind of a talk. God, thank you for the day. Thank you for stream. Thank you for everybody who's in the community. Thank you for a reminder of your provision, patience in you, that you are you play the long game. You understand more than us. And it's not our task to try to get ahead of you or figure you out, but simply to listen and to walk in obedience. Thank you for everybody who comes to stream. Thank you for all the help that I get, the mods and the team and the friends and people and the Stream Dream team. And just, God, you are so gracious. I forget sometimes. Amen. Even a specific place for my life called meme. Just Zach. It's actually just only Zach. You don't notice that, but it's true. It's basically it's the Zach biography, but it looks like memes. Hot dog, that's tasty. I'm gonna remember that. I may keep all those samples for myself. Okay, so What we do on Monday is I usually do like a little Bible talk or some kind of connection to scripture Devo stuff. I feel a lot better today. So I'm actually, I feel prepped for it. But this morning, as I was doing my, it's really kind of funny because I was sitting there eating my breakfast and I had my phone in front of me. Nobody else was around. And I flipped open, I think YouTube. And then I'm like, why don't you just do your Devos here? Just there they are. You have it on an app. Just open the app. Because normally what I do is I come down to the office and I do it here. And so I flipped open the app and for Devos, and I was reading through, and the section came in that like the reading that I did was exactly what I needed. Because for a while now, and over the weekend, and for some time, I've been chasing, I've been stressed, I've been confused, I've been all sorts of stuff about, sort of my place in my ministry and life. Like a while back, we talked about the river, sort of the lazy river thing. Chill out. It's not you. If you go too fast, you're going to hurt people. And I did. I pulled back a lot, and I have pulled back a lot from the stuff I was doing. But there's still this nagging sense of that I'm not doing things correctly. That I need to do this or I need to do that. I need the perfect plan. I need the perfect system. I need the perfect, advertising. I'm not with the right place. I need better tech. I need better, like I should. Why am I not using my VR set that I have over there? I'm not playing the right games. I'm not at the right time. I'm not in the Discord enough. I'm not. And if I could just do all those things, then I would be, everything would pop off. God would bless, and everything would be, I'd be able to grow. I wouldn't have to worry about, et cetera, et cetera. And that's different than going too fast. Because going too fast for me back in the day was just like doing a ton, like just doing lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, and going really fast and starting new projects and keeping the projects going, and then doing a new thing. And I just did a ton of them. But what ended up happening was I was basically told by God, you know what, you're pushing too hard, back off. But then it became mental. Instead of pushing hard practically, I started trying to find the perfect system within the little window or whatever, the smaller window that I was given. In other words, I was trying to find the exact perfect route for that river. You know what I mean? Like, don't be the lazy river that goes wherever it wants, or, like just kind of follows the land. I was trying to construct things around the outside of it to force that river into the right place, that this is where it needs to go. And if I can find the perfect system for that river, then I know then I'll have done it right. And today I cracked open my Devo and read a whole whack of verses just about putting God first. And it's what I want to pass along to you. I don't know, hopefully this will resonate with you as much as it did with me, and I'm sure a lot of you are going through this. I'll ask, before we start, I'll ask the question, like, does anybody resonate with that idea that in your life you feel this sense of imperfection in your schedule, in your budget, in your system, in your ministry, in your life, and if you could just get everything figured out, right, that you would be able to, that everything would be better, that God would bless and whatnot. And it's on you. God has a system out there, and if you can just line up with the system, then it'll click in and all the little dip switches will flip, and then you'll be able to get what you want. But you haven't got the system yet, and the world seems against it, and everything's out of balance. And that you keep fighting for this system. You get a new list, you get a new calendar, you get a new system, you get a new job, you get a new plan, you get a new, new diet, and it just kind of keeps falling back, or just it doesn't quite work. And then you get down about how hard you're trying and why it's not working out, and maybe you just need to keep changing. I know that's for me. I don't know if anybody else here feels that. It can happen to pastors. What's the right ministry? What am I supposed to do on a Sunday? What's the perfect thing to preach? What are the Bible studies supposed to be? What's the leadership thing I'm supposed to be doing? How do I reach my community? What's the best way to help the children? What discipleship stuff aren't we doing? How much money do we have in the bank or whatever? Is the roof going to fall off? Things like that. Like, just everything seems to could be better, and it just doesn't. It feels like you're never quite right. And then if you look at because it's a big responsibility. Same thing as a parent, right? As a parent, it's like, am I doing the kids right? Should I be more time, less time? Am I being over parenting? Am I not parenting enough? Am I present enough? Am I over, do they have enough friends? Do they have enough education? Do they have enough plans? Should I be pushing them? Should I get a better job? Are they fine now? And just like, in what way am I screwing that up? And what do I need to change? It works for everything. Your diet, right? Like, you're like, okay, I'm going to eat, and then someone goes, nope, that one, it'll kill you. So you're like, I didn't realize that eggs would kill me. Okay, I will change. Now I can't have eggs. I'm going to do something else. And you do something else, and all of a sudden your doctor's like, well, actually, that you can't have that because it's got too much of this. Okay, cool. You try a multivitamin. Like, someone says multivitamins are stupid. So you say, okay, I guess we won't have multivitamin. And it's like, well, you got to eat broccoli. Well, I hate broccoli. Well, the only thing you can do is chicken, rice, and broccoli. That's it. That's all you're allowed. And like, that sounds terrible, right? And you're kind of all over the map when it comes to whatever the thing is. It never seems right, which is where this comes from. And I don't know, is that resonating with anybody? Is anybody picking up what I'm laying down here? If not, too bad, I'm going anyway. You can just sit here and listen. But if it is, let me know. Hit me with an emote or something that says that you are vibing with what we're talking about. Hot diggity, that's good. Eat meat. Thanks, Samus. Okay. Not exactly what I'm talking about, but I can't argue with the premise. Okay, possessing nothing, having everything. Key verse. The key verse here is, but seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. I feel like when I read this morning, it was like I read it for the first time. Or I read it in a different way somehow, because it really felt like what God was saying was your priority. Well, maybe not your priorities. What's the word? I would be like, your thinking is out of whack, right? You want all the things, right? You want what you're trying to get is all the things, and you want, how am I going to pay for a new computer? How many how many people are enough in chat? What does that even mean? I want to have more time for Discord. I want to spend more time with my family. I want to fix my health, all this stuff. I want all the things. I want a better relationship and a better life and a better money and a better time and better schedule and, better looking and like just better. I want things to be better. I want all the things. And God, I read this and is like, seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. right? And then all these things will be added to you. There's a really good quote coming later, and it's super good. Actually, you know what? I'll skip to it because it's a really good quote. Chrysostom here. Whoop. We'll do it in green. It says, when we pursue what is necessary. Morning, governor. Hello, Girk. When we pursue what is necessary, God adds the unnecessary as a gift. That's literally what I needed to hear. That's good. You know, you get these church fathers that are like, okay, here's the whole sermon in a sentence. That's it. That's the whole talk. When we pursue what is necessary, God adds the unnecessary as a gift. And for me, when I was looking at this, it was like, I realized sort of all in like a moment, I have really been working on all the things. And I haven't been working enough with the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Now, what does that mean? The kingdom of God and his righteousness. Number one, seek the kingdom of God. In other words, it comes down to his will, right? When you're praying the Lord's Prayer, you know, our Father who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name, or hallowed be your name, your kingdom come, your will be done. What that means is we want God's priorities, God's kingship, God's way, God's rule, God's law, God's system to be in place on earth. And we want to do that the way, we want to be part of that. You know what I mean? Hey, Supersonic, good to see you. We want us to do his will. We want his will to be done, and that we know is best. That's what that means. Seeking first the kingdom of God means going, I want to live according to his priorities. And to live according to his priorities in my life and to what he wants to see and how he wills things, and then his righteousness, which comes after that, which is I want to do things his way. Those are two different things. One is I want life to go the way God wants it to go, which means sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes that means forgiving people we don't want to forgive. And righteousness is I want to live in a good way. And, you know, I want to do good things and not do bad things. And I want to be someone who pursues the direction God has. That's what that means. And it's not like I gave up righteousness. You know what I mean? It's not like I gave up righteousness, but basically I found myself more and more trying to find comfort in things that weren't God, right? Try to find comfort in distractions or entertainment or in, you know, just falling apart or whatever, just in things that weren't God. And as I was seeking the things, I want to feel better, I would start being like, I should lean heavier on sponsors. I should lean heavier on my community. I should raise money. I should stream more, put more hours in. I should, you know, take everybody on a vacation. We should all be in the same place. I should do a 3-week, you know, 3 weeks off and do it. I should launch the VTuber. I should do other things. I should change all of my overlays. Like it was like, I'm trying to do these things which will produce results, produce what I want God to produce, right? And yet it wasn't righteousness I was seeking. It was just me. And it wasn't the kingdom of God I was seeking. I didn't even consider, what if this isn't what God's will is? What if God's will isn't that I'm XYZ size? What if it's not God's will that I am, you know, thin and pretty? What, I don't know. Like, what if it's not God's will? I just assume these things, and then I start moving forward as though it is. And it ends up messing me up, right? Should is a horrible word. Fell into this without realizing it, hate being corrected, right? Trying to find God in things that aren't God. Yeah. Not that any of those things are bad. Like playing too many video games is bad, but video games in themselves aren't bad, right? Like watching Netflix isn't bad, but watching too much Netflix is bad. Having a donut isn't bad, but having a dozen because you're feeling sad is, right? It's not about trying to avoid all these things. It's about proportion and reason. So that being said, that was the intro. How about that? I got 3 points to kind of talk about through that. Number one is stop striving like provision depends on you. So the 2 verses that kind of were part of the Devo I did were, and my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus, Philippians 4:19, And God is able to make all grace abound to you, so that having all sufficiency in all things at all times, you may abound in every good work. Right? These are the two verses. God will supply every need. You will have everything you need to abound in every good work. Right? You've been working at your job or ministry for a long time, but you're not seeing the progress you hope for. In fact, things feel more complicated. Bills are still tight, relationships feel strained, and even when you try to do things for God, it feels like nothing is working out. There's this inner pressure to keep pushing, to hustle harder, perform better, somehow earn the breakthrough. But here's the truth. Your provision doesn't come from your effort, it comes from God's grace. That's it. If this is true, God will supply every need according to his riches in Christ Jesus, and that if you seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, all these things will be added to you. And when we pursue what is necessary, God adds the unnecessary as a gift. If that's true, then provision, the thing that I want, doesn't come from my effort, it comes from God's grace. Which means that the more I lean on my own effort, my own wisdom, my own intelligence, my own strength, my own willpower, right? All that stuff, the more I lean on that, the less I'm leaving room for God's grace. It's this line here is very much what my last month or so has been. The inner pressure to keep pushing, hustle harder, perform better, somehow earn the breakthrough. Not through extra work, because God already convicted me on that. It's not about more work, hit harder, more hours. That's a no. I've already said, God, that's a no. What it was to find the perfect system, the perfect performance, to be able to find that magic formula that forces God's hand to bring his grace. That's not how it works. In fact, a lot of it is the releasing of that, which is hard for me. Like today is hard for me because I very much like working, and I very much like pushing, and I very much like trying stuff. Give you a great example of what happened this morning. Okay. So I came in here and I did my devos. It was time to get to work. I sat down. First instinct was go into Canva and make the graphics so that I can have it in the little panel in the bottom so that you can see that the VTuber model is coming. Just the VTuber debut graphic. First thing, boom. And I sat down and I opened up the browser, and I kind of felt this inner conviction, like, is that God's kingdom first and his righteousness first? What's your first priority here in this whole endeavor you're doing? And the answer is to connect to people online, right? To connect to folks. And so I went, okay. I closed it, and I'm like, well, I guess that means I opened Discord. So I opened up Discord because I'm like, I got about 85 messages unread. That's probably not caring. You know what I mean? And so therefore I'll go through those. And my brain kind of zoomed in on the Church Digital. Nope, on Reach. It was on Reach. They had a little circle that said people were live. And I'm like, I wonder what's going on there. Click. And then I came over, and there was like eight guys or so that were all watching someone play a video game and all kind of hanging out and chatting and talking and whatever. And I just went in there and I sat and chatted with some dudes and a chick. And it was so hard. It was harder than it should have been because I wanted to get to work. I wanted to close everything off, turn on the jazz music, and just start, creating things and doing things for my channel, for my, get everything ready. And instead, I was a moment of like, okay, I'm going to let that go and talk to a human being. The number one thing I'm supposed to be doing is connecting to other people. I'm going to go do that. And so I came in, and it was like an act of willpower, clicking that thing and sitting with those guys. Someone was playing, I don't know what game. And we're just kind of chatting about it. And it didn't amount to anything. I didn't get a collaboration out of it. I didn't get a new friend out of it. Nothing produced of it. I didn't tell anybody I was even streaming. I just came in, said, hey, did a few jokey things. And then after, 20 minutes or so, left. And it was this moment almost of clarity where I went, that is what it's all about. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I put so much effort into hiding from people so that I can serve more people, so I can connect to more people while I do all this work, that it's not about that, right? And maybe that sounds dumb to you, but to me that was revelatory. And that had everything to do with letting go of the hustle, the performance, the optimization, the earning, and just being willing to sit there, as though me talking to those guys has more value than me preparing my stream, than me, like advertising stuff, than me creating the proper graphics, than me, et cetera, et cetera. That how could it be possible that's better? Just being silly with some dudes on a Discord somewhere, right? It did amount to something. Connections are about relationships, which are built through interactions. Well, yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. So my instinct would be, I'm networking. That was me networking. I'm doing this on purpose so that I can build collaborations, so I can build, give chips to these people so that I can eventually cash them in for the sake of ministry work. I'm using this friendliness as a tool in order to accomplish more for the stream. It's the right thing to do. It's the hustle. That's part of the hustle. That's how I process it a lot of the times. And it's hard for me not to. It's hard for me to just be present without having the hustle and the networking, the performance, and it bringing the breakthrough, right? It just seems to be the way I'm geared, and I have to pull back from that. Greg said, like with your kids, they just want you to listen to them and sit there with them. We put the expectations on being something grand, or that everything needs to be an event or educational or a life lesson, or like a key moment or some kind of captured moment. Whereas a lot of the time it doesn't. It really doesn't. And if every single moment ends up being like a teaching moment, then you're gonna lose your kids because they're gonna be driven crazy. Sometimes you just got to be there. All right, part 2. The spiritual security speaks to real life lack. Romans 8:32. He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also with him graciously give us all things? Okay. Now the more traditional among you will be yelling, that has nothing to do with money and computers and fame and wealth and stuff, right? That's spiritual provision. And I'm like, yes, it is. The last two and that one before. But this one here, the very top one, isn't. This is, don't worry about what you eat, what you drink, what you wear. That's very practical. And it's connected directly to God supplying your needs for your good works. Those are very practical things. And then rolling that into this, the example of God's provision, very practical provision of saving us and whatnot, not just spiritually, but saving our body, our flesh, giving us a hope and a future and a mission and a purpose and life and light, was connected to his very real death on the cross for our sakes, right? It's not only spiritual. It's not only spiritual. It's my dad, teaching moments. When he catches sight of me, he'll often say, "Are you okay?" instead of some normal greeting. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. 2 Corinthians 6:10, as having nothing yet possessing everything, as in that's very spiritual. That is spiritual. Okay, so it says this: you're showing up at your job and you're doing your best. You have responsibilities with your family. You're trying to serve God in your own way and still reach out to others with kindness and love, but still you feel alone. There's this sense that you're constantly pouring out, but no one sees it. And deep down, you wonder if God is holding something back: money, clarity, companionship, purpose, something you feel like you need. You're stretched thin. You keep showing up, doing your best, trying to smile, but the well feels empty. And while people might not know it, you sometimes wonder if God really sees you. Right? So what's your instinct after that? And I know some of you feel that, right? You're doing your best. You're showing up. Maybe things are hard, and maybe your body, your mind, your heart, your whatever's, it falls apart sometimes, but you're trying to do your best. And you got responsibilities with your family, your friends, you're trying to serve in whatever way you can in whatever ministry you've got. And you're trying to be nice, you're trying to be kind, you're trying to be good. But somehow within all of that you're trying, you still have this gnawing sense of loneliness or gnawing sense of lack. You're pouring out, and you feel like God occasionally fills things up, but you always feel like you have this emptiness inside of you. Because there's something, if you just had enough money, if you just had more clarity of what your future should be, if you just had that companion, that person you've been wishing would just show up in your life, or that you had a purpose, like you just feel like, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? If I just had that, then I'd be good. I'd finally feel like I was full, like I had a purpose. And you feel like if that God's holding that back from you for some reason. Right? You feel as though as you keep pushing and keep doing and keep working and keep going to help people or whatever, that the well gets drier and drier and drier, even though you keep trying to smile. But when the lights are out and it's dark and it's nighttime and it's time for sleep, you're just, man, I'm tired and nobody gets it. I'm trying my best and no breakthrough has happened yet. No big thing has happened yet. Where is God in all this? And the answer often, especially with the sort of the Protestant work ethic, seems to be to try harder, right? Well, maybe I'll just add another ministry. Maybe I'll just do another Devo. Maybe I'll just go to a retreat. Maybe I'll just go and get on the dating app, or I'll go and get on the internet, or I'll go and join a small group, or I'll go and I'll start a new ministry. I'll start a new stream. I'll start a new this. And that if I do that, then it's going to find that secret sauce, that place where God wants you and that you finally get to. And God goes, okay, that's what I wanted you to do. Here's everything else that you wanted. But the question that I'll ask to that is, what if the answer isn't to push harder, but to pull back? Right? What if it's not that you have to do more ministry, but less? Try more things, but less. Do more stuff, but it's not that, but it's to do less. Right? Doing it myself technique. What if it's not about that, right? Maybe what your soul is missing isn't success or clarity or connection or purpose or that person that you're looking for. Maybe it's time with God. And that sounds super spiritual. And some people are going to be like, do your devos. But just take a second. We're going to go back through the scriptures. Seek first his kingdom, and all these things will be added to you, right? God is able to make grace abound, having all sufficiency in all things at all times, so that you can do your good work. If God didn't spare his own son, how will he not graciously give us? And so therefore, maybe the issue for what you need is not pushing harder and trying more or mixing things up, but what if it's stopping stuff? Pulling back, doing less, getting back to basics, if you will. Like, if you in Revelation chapter 2, 3, I think 3, you have the letter to the church of Ephesus, where the church in Ephesus is doing everything right. It's a big, massive church. It's a mega church, and it's got like the best preachers, and it's got the best deacons, and it's got the best stuff. And they're in a big city, and they're under attack sometimes, but they know what they're doing. They've sent out multiple missionaries. They've got churches everywhere that have been birthed from them, and they're going through the motions. They know how to do church. And God says to them, "You are this close from me deleting you from the records of my church." Not that they would suddenly not exist, but that Jesus would go, "They're no longer my church." He would just take away the lampstand, right? He'd just say, "They're not my church anymore." And he said, the reason that you're doing that is because, what you're not doing is you're not being with me. Your first love, as in the first thing, the connection to Jesus, isn't there anymore. You're doing all these things in my name, but you're not talking to me. You're doing all these things for me, but you're not talking to me. You're not being with me. The same thing happened in the Old Testament. Look at Isaiah, right? Like God going, "Why are you even in my temple? What are you trampling my courts for?" right? You come in here and you do your little rituals, and you give your little sacrifices and you say little prayers, but none of it's about me, and you're not listening to me. And then you go out and hurt each other. Like, why are you even here? That's this. That could be us, right? What if the answer isn't that you're trying more, but you need to pull back? That there's too much ministry happening, too much activity happening, too much trying happening, too much trying to find the right system happening. And it's actually the solution is to go back to your first love and to just simply be with God. Greg says, I don't disagree with you, but didn't you say yesterday that you have a tendency to pull back and say no to things when you're burnt out? It's not that I say no to things. I cancel stuff, right? It's like the stuff that I should be doing, like, for example, the very easy yeses in my life, streaming, talking to my kids, eating food, all that stuff, the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Instead, I just say no. I just won't do it. That's not the same thing as pulling back, because this isn't necessarily saying no, right? It's not saying no. It's replacing it, right? It's not like Jesus didn't say stop doing all these things. End of sentence. What he said was, you're doing a lot of good stuff, but you're not with me. You're gonna have to replace some stuff with me, relationship with me, right? It's not about stopping. It's about replacing. And sometimes, yeah, when you get burnt out and you're on the edge, you do got to pull back a long ways, and that's for sure. So I'm telling about the same thing that I talked about before, and that is the ordinary means of grace. So if you've raised your hand, if you've heard of those, and if you've been here for any period of time, you have. The ordinary means of grace are basically what the old church for a long time has been using, and what God has been using since time immemorial, to be able to connect with people. We all want this kind of special thing where we say a special prayer, or we light a candle, or we go on a retreat, or we have this special moment, or we do meditation, or we find the right book, or we go to the right group. But the truth is that one of the things that we end up making a mistake on is that we give up some of the ordinary means of grace. What are those? Reading the Bible, praying, worshiping, silence and community. Journaling isn't one of them. I don't know why that's in there, but silence and community. Why did you put that in there, ChatGPT? Journaling is not one of them. That's funny. It's reading the Bible, prayer, baptism, and the Lord's Supper. Yeah, that's the second one. Discipline and cares of soul. So the ordinary means of grace are the things that Christians have been doing forever, right? Read your Bible in private, say your prayers in private, attend the Christian stuff, right? Go to the baptism and take the Lord's Supper, which is a reminder of God's covenant with you and a reminder of your salvation and the cost of your salvation. Do worship and spend time with the body of Christ, right? Sit under a good elder, spend time with people. And just as you're doing that, that's where God will show up. That's where your healing will come. Chances are, if you are pushing hard, you've replaced one of those things. I'm gonna rewrite that. I apologize that I messed up the ordinary means of grace. I should not do that. Doink, doink. I don't know why I didn't see that before. The word prayer, sacraments, and the church of discipline and care of soul. So going to church, okay? If you're feeling this, right, pushing harder, chances are you've given up something. Chances are you've given up the reading of the word, or you're trying to do something like fit it in. Right? I can't tell you how many people have asked me how much Bible is enough Bible before I can stop. What's the minimum amount of Bible I can do? Is it okay if I just do devos while I'm in the bathroom in the morning before work? Does it have to be 10 minutes? Do I have to do a chapter? Can I only do a verse? The whole concept is this minimalist mentality of going, of going, what's the least amount of time I can spend in God's word in order to move on to more important stuff. And if you're feeling this sense of overwhelm, of lack, of that you need more in your life, then the answer in that isn't you need the minimum amount of the Bible. The question is, why are you starving yourself from God's word, God's wisdom, God's presence, God's conviction, right? The mirror that is the word that you look into and you see yourself, the place where you find the rule of life and how things work, the grace given to you. Like, why are you starving yourself from that? If you're starving in real life, maybe that's one of the reasons. Or prayer. Maybe you've replaced prayer with effort. You're now working really hard and you're doing lots of things, but you haven't actually sat down and taken time to pray. In your mind, it's like, well, I did that like 15 seconds beforehand, and then I went into it. Or we did our little prayer meeting, before, and then we had a 9-hour meeting, or we had a or I did pray right before I went to sleep, and I woke up in the morning and I said something in the shower, and that's enough, isn't it? It could be that you're starving yourself of the presence of God, which is why you're out of whack. Your priorities are out of whack. You're not seeking first the kingdom. You're not seeking first his righteousness, and you feel a sense of lack that he's holding off. It could be because you've starved yourself for prayer. The Bible's the only book you will not put on your bookshelf and say, I'm done with this one. Yeah, it's true. The sacraments of baptism and the Lord's Supper. In other words, this isn't about the sacrament saving you. This is about you attending and being part of the body of Christ and seeing the covenant played out before you. You watch somebody go from, sinner to washed to clean, from not part of the body of Christ to part of the body of Christ, from living for themselves to dying to self to rising with Christ. The prayer anorexic. Yeah, exactly. Like, you get to watch that, and it's a reminder, if you're engaged with it, is to go, that was me too. I was dead, I'm now alive. I was blind, now I see. I was filthy, dirty, and sinful. Now I am clean, and there's no condemnation on me, right? That's a reminder of all that stuff. Same with the Lord's Supper. It's to be right with other people, to use God's priorities, that the covenant is written in Jesus' blood, that your body was exchanged for his, and that he's part of you, so fundamentally part of you. It's like similar to when you eat food and it becomes part of your molecules, right? That kind of thing. That's how connected you are to Jesus. Like, it's a reminder. A lot of times when we do these I did my things, we're going through the motions, not actually having a relationship with God. Yeah, we're trying to rubber stamp it and put in the effort. Exactly. And the last one, the church's discipline and care of souls. Chances are, if you are starving yourself, there's a real good chance that you're skipping church. And I don't mean skipping Sunday morning for that 45 minutes where you sit there, or an hour, right? You're skipping your relationship with the church that it's supposed to be. Sitting under a godly elder, sitting under good teaching, asking for pastoral counsel, being with other believers, getting encouragement from them, serving them, being served by them, confessing your sins to them, seeking God with them, worshiping and singing with them, serving alongside them. All that stuff is missing. And so therefore, if you've replaced some of these things, one of these things, all of these things, with striving, it's a real good way to whack your priorities out. Right? You're like, God's not in this, and God's not doing it, and I'm freaking out. I'm not doing well, and this isn't right, and where is he in this? And I don't have enough, and I don't have relationships right. And ask yourself just the simple question: how am I doing with the ordinary means of grace? You know what? I'll just ask, since it's kind of sort of anonymous here. Actually, a lot of you I just kind of know, but on these 5: word, prayer, sacraments, I guess that's 4, and the church discipline, being with the church, which one of those is currently lacking in your life? Would you say is the number 1 or number 1 and 2 that you definitely know is lacking? I'm blooming out. Sorry about that. Which one or two would you say, not in a guilty way, not in a, oh, I'm horrible, I should do that more, but in, you've known for a while because of your conscience, you've known for a while because of your understanding of God, or he's been working on you, that this is something he's been calling you to and you haven't been doing it, or you've been replacing it. So what would you say is the 1, 2 that you need to work on? For me, I'll tell you mine as your guys' answers come in. For me, it's all of them. it's all of them. I kid you not. Like the word, I do my morning devos. What I used to do, more than 1 per day, and I'm down to 1. You probably read it. Pastor Greg probably knows about it. The emotional, healthy spirituality, right? It's just a big book that by the end of it just says you should read the Bible 3 times a day. That's the whole thing. But I lack really meditative time in the Word. When it comes to prayer, I know I'm doing the minimum, or have been for a long time, and just going to work and doing the work. When it comes to the sacraments of baptism and the Lord's Supper, right? I've been at the Lord's Supper, don't get me wrong. That one I've definitely done, but I haven't seen a baptism for a while. And when it comes to the sacraments, I treat them as normal, right? I don't really meditate on it when the Lord's Supper comes in. I don't take the time. There have been times I just kind of take it and eat, drink, yay, done. I don't even think about it. And then the Church of Discipline and Care of Souls, my attendance at church is, fairly decent. The actual connection to the pastor and connection to the church and connection to all that stuff is actually fairly low, because I'm in another town over, because it's a new church to me, because I'm online and busy all the time, because when I don't serve there. I've actually changed that recently. Over the last couple weeks here, I've been meeting with the church about starting a ministry there and serving in the church, so I can be part of it and building a team and get to know some folks, because it's been lacking, right? And I know for a fact that one of the reasons, I'm spun out and my priorities are whack, and I feel like I'm lacking, I don't have enough, and why the number's higher, is because I'm missing 4 out of 4 or 5 out of 5, depending on how you want to count it. What's your guys's? Church discipline and prayer, right? So one of the problems with pastors is we're being the sort of the up top of the list there. Many don't have a higher level of accountability. Certainly not in the Baptist church, right? It's sure it's the elders or whatever, but there's a danger, because what ends up happening is, if you're truly honest with your accountability, truly honest with the struggles that you have, you're worried that they're going to take it the wrong way. You're worried that they're going to be like, well, you're under church discipline now, and now you're not allowed to be a pastor. And all of a sudden your entire well-being is toast, right? So you tend to hide this thing. And so you go to the other pastors and you sit there, but you don't want to, everybody there is busy, and nobody seems to be sharing nearly like you'd want them to. It's not a personal thing. It's like a business meeting with a bunch of pastors who don't actually work at the same church. And so finding that place where you can sit down and confess, sit down and get, told God forgives you and get accountability and stuff, it can be really hard for a pastor. It can be really hard. Same with prayer, because every meeting you go to, you're on. It's hard to find that place where you can pray with other people. Zach says, time in the Word for me. Now being a single dad, it makes it difficult. However, my pastor asked me directly because of my situation, and I asked him to hold me accountable last week. It's been a great week. Yeah, far out, man. That's good. Yeah, and it's not a magic book. Nobody's saying that read the Bible and all of a sudden your life gets better. What it does is it radically alters your perspective of you, your life, your world, everything, because now you're seeing through a better lens. It's like my daughter, she got glasses for the first time this year, and she took them off one time, and I looked at them, and they were full on like smudges and greasy and like dusty. And I'm like, how are you able to see? And she's like, I can't. Like, well, why don't you clean your glasses? Oh, I forgot. And I'm like, are you kidding? Like, go clean your glasses. And so she goes, cleans your glasses, wipes them off. And she's like, that's so much better, right? She lived like however much of that day barely being able to see through these glasses because she didn't clean them. And suddenly she cleans off her glasses and everything gets better. Similar sort of illustration to the fact that like you going to the word doesn't alter the world. It alters your perception of the world. Suddenly your ability to see it is different and better. Girk says, I think the idea that there is a minimum or maximum for time with God is just weird to me. Oh, well, it should be, because there isn't, right? The way that the Bible talks about it is that your sacrifice is your life, right? Your living sacrifice. Every moment, every day, work, play, everything can be done in relationship with God. There's no minimum, no maximum. It's just that, he should be present. Girk says, my wife and I will be serving with youth group soon. I think that will help center our lives more and keep us connected. Part of the reason I pulled back on content. And just remember that while you're serving, don't let the only relationship be you serving the kids. Remember, the part of the blessing of doing that is now you get to be on a ministry team, right? And if they take you and they put you in there and you don't have a ministry team, you don't have people that are around, people that you can talk to, people that are part of a monthly thing or a weekly thing, or the pastor's not looking over, don't take it. Don't take it, because if they're going to just shove you into a ministry and not provide you with relationship and accountability and help and resource and whatnot, you'll burn out 10 times faster, because not only are you being drawn from, but you're under spiritual attack more and more and more because you're in ministry. Like, you really, one of the coolest parts about being in ministry, and this is true of music ministry, it's the easiest one, because music ministry, you're always with the band. You just got to show up and go, hey, let's get spiritual. And they go, yeah, cool, we're part of a worship band, we should do that. But a lot of other ministries don't. I'm in a men's group. I think my wife and I will be mostly running things. We're letting 80-year-olds serving. Plenty volunteered. Well, that's what I'm saying. This is in between times. Like, yeah, I do the youth group and all the rest of that stuff. But if that's the only thing that you're doing, you're going to burn out. You need to find time to connect with pastor and other people and whatnot as part of the ministry team. Okay. You don't have to earn God's love, but you do need to rest in it to feel it. Right? That's a good quote. You don't need to earn God's love, but you need to rest in it to feel it. That's what we're talking about. Let's get spiritual. Here's the shift. Spiritual security doesn't erase hardship, but changes how you face it. Like I said, the glasses. Knowing God has already given you his son reminds your heart that he isn't stingy, he's not distant, that he's not done. Right? That's the whole point of that verse. If he who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also with him graciously give us all things? Right? What is he holding back if he gave you his son? Right? Augustine, you have made us for yourself, O Lord, and our hearts are restless until they rest in you. If you're feeling restless, and I think that's a good definition of kind of how I'm feeling or have been feeling, and that's that idea of restless. I'm not resting in God. I'm not going, okay, and that's my effort. God takes it from here. And I'm doing what's obedient, and I'm sowing the seeds, or I'm just, doing the stuff that I'm supposed to do and moving on. I've been restless, always trying to be active, always trying to tweak and change and move and do. And it's until I rest in God, I'm going to feel restless. And that happens through the ordinary means of grace. Yeah, exactly, Girk. Yeah. Number 3, when you seek first the kingdom, God shows up in power. But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. We know that one. You can't say this without talking about George Mueller. So I'm going to read the story of George Mueller again. We could always hear it. Everybody knows it. But here it is again. George Mueller is one of the clearest examples of what this verse looks like in action. He founded 5 large orphan houses in Bristol, England during the 1800s, caring for over 10,000 orphans during his lifetime. But here's the part that stuns people today. He never once asked for money. Okay? That's a big part of it. Okay? if you look at every campaign and every ministry and everything, one of the criticisms is always they're talking about money. They're talking about money. You couldn't do that with Mueller's orphanage. He never asked for money. No fundraising campaigns, no donation, please. He simply prayed, believing that if it was God's work, then God would provide. I can attest to the fact that I'm in this crazy, miraculous place that God does provide in weird, bizarre, and miraculous ways when you're just trying to do things his way. Over his lifetime, Mueller recorded over 50,000 answers to prayer, including thousands that were answered on the same day he prayed. His journals show a life completely dependent on God's provision, not man's approval. One of the most well-known stories is this. One morning, the orphanage had no food to serve the children, no money, nothing in the pantry, but Mueller still called everyone to breakfast and had the tables set. Then he stood up and prayed, thanking God for the food he would provide. Moments later, there was a knock at the door. A local baker said he felt led in the night to bake bread for the orphanage and brought it over. Then a milkman's cart broke down right outside the orphanage. Rather than letting it spoil, he gave the milk to the children. It's not magic. The kingdom first living. Trusting God with provision instead of trying to manipulate results. I've seen that happen in my life multiple times. If you've seen that, God just showed up because I was willing to trust him, put something in the chat. Put any kind of icon in the chat that just says, I did trust that time and God did provide. It really does work that way, because I can tell you multiple stories of how that worked in my life. And I have told you many times, so I'm not going to do it again. Amazing what God does when you have no other option but to rest in God. Yeah. Hudson Taylor. Yeah, Hudson Taylor's good. I don't know enough of his story, though. Ironically, I went to Taylor University in seminary, but I don't know much about Taylor. Just know that he was in China. So, final reflections and questions. We'll put it on the next page. Boop. There we go. My poop moment to a dude moment. There we go. That's funny. Okay, some reflection questions for you just to consider. Number one, where have I been trying to carry things that God never asked me to? That's one, right? Where have you been trying to carry things that God never asked you to carry them? I've already given 17,000 examples, and so I'm not going to do it again, but think of your life right now. Think of your schedule right now. Think of the priorities you have right now and all the things that you have on your to-do list, all the things you've promised people, all the things that you've said you'd do or that you need to do. Which one of them are ones that God actually never asked you to do that? You just decided to do that because you think it's going to do something. Consider that. Number two, what would it look like to stop forcing outcomes and trust him with your daily faithfulness? What would life look like if you never thought about the outcome? Right? You never thought about what's this going to do and what relationship is this going to end in and how many people are going to get helped by this or changed by this, or this is how much money is going to come at the end of it, or this is how, this is what blessing is going to come out the other side if I do things this way, or like what would life look like if you just live day to day, today only, for what you think you're supposed to do today, and then didn't worry about the outcome? What would that look like? The anonymous IRS deposited money in the middle of the fall has happened more than once in the exact amount of rent. Amen. There you go. That's cool. That's cool. That's very cool. Next one. What area of your life have you been afraid to fully entrust to God because you're worried that he won't come through? Like, what are you holding on to that you have an end in mind? This is the right thing. I will get that relationship. I will get that money. I really need that security. I really need that person to get, saved, or I really need that job, or I really need that whatever. This is the thing this is the result I know it needs to happen. So I know that God might not, so I need to hold on to that. Panic about it, think about it, worry about it, plan for it. But what have you been choosing not to entrust to God? Is it your finances? Is it your future? Is it your relationships? Is it your friends? And you'll know whether or not you are or you are not, because God will have clearly said something in Scripture that you're not doing, right? with your money, he says, be generous with it, right? Give joyfully. It's not yours. And if that kind of makes you panic, then good chance that you're not willing to trust God with your money. Same thing with relationships, right? God says, serve others. Are you? Are you serving people? Do you have an area of service or not? If you're not, then you're not serving others. You don't trust that God's going to do something. Second, right? Our forgiveness. Are there people that you need to forgive? Relationships that you don't want to reconcile. You want to be angry with them. You don't want to have to deal with them. But God has convicted you to reconcile with them, and you're just not doing it. What areas of your life have you been afraid to fully entrust to God because you think that he either won't come through or he's going to get you to do something that you don't like? Could be not come through as in like, I'm not going to risk going there because I don't know if God's going to provide, or I'm not going to sell that or give that thing away because I might not get it back. What is it? One Christmas, my family and I were struggling financially. We went to a local store to pick up some cheap gifts, and a couple in the store felt led to buy my daughter whatever gift she wanted. Still cry when I think about it. Yeah, that's a good story. That's a good story. My favorite story of God's provision is the one where we were at down to $1.10 in the bank account. I remember that, and going, God, I don't know how you're going to pay my rent this month, or how you're going to help me pay my bills this month, but I know that you don't want me to go into debt, and the next step is my credit card, so I don't know what you're going to do, but please do something. And I think it was the next day or the day after, I got a phone call from somebody who was like, can I bring you a big basket of strawberries? And I'm like, of course you can. Abso-freaking-lutely. And so she came by, handed us strawberries that had a little note on top, and then she booked it to her car and sped away. And it was funny because she's an old lady, and it was really funny to see her run away and then drive away screeching like with flames. Like, what was that? And so I opened it up, and there was a check in there for $5,000. I hadn't asked for it. I didn't tell anybody we were in trouble. I didn't say anything, right? All I said was, I never said anything to anybody about it. I just prayed. And she said, basically said, God told me to give you this. Don't know what it's for. Don't thank me. And so she just screeched out of there. I still sent her an email of saying thank you, whether she liked it or not. But but God knew, and he provided. And I've had that many times. Like, you guys know the computer story where my computer was melting down and couldn't play any games anymore. I'm like, if I'm gonna do this, I need help. And I just said it out loud. And I'm like, here, I'm gonna raise this much money for a computer. And I had it within like 3 days, 3 days, full. Walked into this computer store, pick things off the wall. I need that. 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 And then, it came to like within $12 or $8 of what I've raised. Right. It was exactly, God gave me the exact amount. Right. A couple years ago, after my son died, I'm like, I don't know how we're going to we don't have enough money to bury him. It's going to cost so much money we don't have. And so I just kind of said, I could use some help. And God provided all the money that we needed from people online. The funeral place found like a stone we could get. Someone sponsored the digging. Like, it was like, it just came out that I had enough. We just had enough to be able to do it. Things like my taxes from a couple years ago, I didn't have money for taxes. Tax bill was there. You had to pay. I don't have any money. And someone said, hey, why don't I pay your taxes this year? Right? These things happen to me a lot. Like, I don't worry so much about the provision part of things, because God has made it extremely clear that he's got my back. Yeah. I had a friend give us some money for a surgical procedure. I definitely cried. Yeah. It's a big deal. Not that money is like the best, but it's certainly useful. Last one. This is a good question, I think, for everybody. And this is, maybe you need it, but when was the last time you took a real Sabbath rest? And what I mean by that is not that you sit cross-legged on the ground in your itchy church pants and do nothing. The Christian Sabbath isn't a day of off. it's better defined as a day different, right? If during the week you are sedentary and you just kind of sit in the chair, maybe the day different is one where you move around. If during the week you're the pastor and you're doing spiritual stuff, maybe the day different is that you spend time, doing relational fun stuff. If you are a worker person who does a whole lot of stuff with your hands, maybe on Sunday you is your time for reading and for sitting. It's a day different. It's a time where you release the work to God. You let go of your plans. You don't try to produce things. You just abide. You just stay in God. That's what you do. You're not trying to, I need to do this, I need to finish that, and if I get around to this, I'm not going to have enough time. Because all of that thinking is believing God doesn't give you enough time, God doesn't give you enough energy, God doesn't give you enough effort, God isn't faithful, because I need to take the Sunday. I need to take the Sunday. It's the same thing when you tithe, right? Where it's like I can't give God what my conscience says I'm supposed to give God. I have to give him less because I can't trust him with the rest of it. I need this. That's that thinking. So when was the last time you took an actual Sabbath rest where you just let go and you didn't do the extra bits? Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's the Devo. Let me pray one more time, and then we'll jump into a talk. God, thank you for your love, for your provision, for the reminder that you are the center of all things. With you, all things are possible, that you know the beginning, the middle, and the end, and that you're walking with us. That if we trust you and we have faith in you and we walk your way, seek your righteousness, seek your kingdom, that you'll provide what we need. That in the amazing words of Chrysostom, that you'll provide the unnecessary. Thank you for that. Help us to live that way. Help me to live that way. Amen. Hey, Shenanigans. Good to see you. Hey, I'm glad. Come back and let me know at the end of the week how it worked out so it doesn't, die when you turn off the stream. Come back on Thursday and go, this is how that worked out. Path of Exile 2 is all consuming. I've thought about it. I thought about it and Baldur's Gate, but I feel like it would be a commitment. And based on how much I play The Last Descendant, I clearly lack self-control with games I like. But that game is super fast, super good. I really enjoyed that game. Too much, I think, maybe. Too much. PoE 2 is better than Last Descendant. Those are not even the same animal. That's like saying orange pop is better than a peanut butter sandwich. They're not the same. Hot diggity. I'm gonna buy some of that. It's almost gone though. I have to break into my backup stash. Actually, you know what? We should have a giveaway. Want to do a giveaway? How many people got in stream? Want to do a giveaway? I will send someone this. I have 1 million. And I would love to share this with someone. You got Rogue Hydrate today, far out. I want to share this with someone. I want someone else to try this. And if you haven't tried this yet, I'm going to send it to you in the mail. So, how should we do this? How should we do this? I wanted to go to somebody who wants it. So, give me some suggestions for what we can do to give this to somebody who wants to try this amazing flavor, because I really, really like it. I know I have a lot of your addresses. I can dox half of you. I love both games, just don't know if I should make content on any particular games anymore. Seems pointless for my style of gaming. Should probably just do reacts and talk about things I care about. Yeah, I mean, yeah, literally. I mean, like that's what you want your content to be, right? Not necessarily the game, but your reaction or feelings about the game. Nothing wrong with that. Would you hydrate? It's which one uses beat? I don't know, but I know that I like them. So yeah. How are we gonna give this thing away? That's what I want to know. And in the meantime, what's your reaction to the Devo? What's your thing about that? I'd love to hear. You got all 4 sample pack. Oh, sick. Yeah. So yeah, discussion and how are we going to give away Rogue? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it, but I want someone to try it. Who wants to try it? Let's see what it's got. Where's the non-medicinal? Oh, there it is. Non-medicinal ingredients. There's not enough freaking light in here. I'm an idiot. That was the dumbest thing I've ever done. And I've done some dumb stuff. This got red number 40. So it's not that one. Devo related. Oh, sorry. I'm gotta set my settings so that I can hear the music too. There we go. Showed the Devo, resting in God, giving everything to him. You challenge me to see where I'm not relying on God. It's worth thinking about. It sucks when the answer like is for me. Everything. you missed the boat on all of it. You managed to get so up your own butt that you're now you think you're him. Devo related very well to what you were saying before the Devo. Sitting in a relationship is the point, not checking out boxes. Yeah. It all works together. Maybe delete an app. Hey. Process through, yeah. What's the dumbest thing? What did I say? What? Mint green tea? I'm not a green tea guy myself. I don't know. I'm not a green tea. I'm not a matcha guy either. I don't like matcha. My favorite tea is sleepy time tea, and recently I've been getting super into ginger tea. My son got a pack of like medicinal, like it says herbal medicine tea, ginger flavored. And so I tried some of that. My tummy was a little off, and I'm like, that is the best tasting tea ever. And so I went to try to find like a like a lemon not medicinal version, and it's not nearly as strong. And so like I'm doing the medicine tea, man. It's so good. So good. Yeah, she deleted the Bible app. That's what she took away from that Devo. Oh, it's gone now. I have to wait till the ice melts. So let me tell you a little bit about my journey over the last little while here. I've been trying to figure out how to exist in this stream and be what I've been talking about today, and that's, like to be obedient but not trying to push too hard, and try to find that perfect schedule. I'm still on that same stupid journey of what is the perfect schedule and how does that work for me, and letting go. I've done it like at least 5 times over the course of my career where I blew my mind open with a schedule. I'm like, this is the right one. I finally found it. And it's never the right one. It's so this time for sure. in the esteemed words of Bullwinkle the moose, this time for sure. And it's a far more chill, more deliberate, more broad, more encompassing sort of plan than it was before. And today is Minecraft Monday, where I'm gonna go to Minecraft, and we're going to spend some time in there on Monday. Even if it's like, oh, I got to finish this game, I got to do this, and this is what I want. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to be like, you know what? What if I don't feel like that? What if I don't? What if I just exist on Monday and allow for the chill to be able to be accessible to people and be something very interruptible? Because that was one of the problems with playing Last Descendant. My kids kept coming into the room, but it's live. There's no stopping. There's no pausing. There's only playing. And so they'd come in, hey, Dad, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like in the middle of a boss fight. And I don't want to be the guys like, get lost. Come back in 20 minutes. Right? And so like I take my head off and I'm trying to not die and run around and listen and answer. And I'm like, those games are not the best. Oh, I gotta get rid of. I gotta change the taco party one. What? Who's the next taco party? I know. I am the one. That's literally. I can't pause the game. I can't. Okay. So last night, here's a great example. My kids are like, okay, Dad, come do the Bible study. We're ready for the Bible study. They asked me for a Bible study. They decided they wanted to do it. They called me for it last night. And I'm sitting down here playing the first Descendant, and I'm they come, Dad, are you coming for the Bible study? And I'm like, yeah, just give me a minute. Beep beep boop boop smash. Just give me I'll be there just a second. Just hold on. And they're all sitting up. All my children are waiting for the Bible study while I was playing video games. That's how my life is. It's just so on backwards. Samus is still dragging my feet today, so I figured that a little caffeine would be good. Green tea is like, yeah, green tea is a little caffeine. You're correct. My daughter thought she was drinking caffeine-free green tea for like a week and realizing that's why I can't sleep. BO2's season rest on Friday, and you can pause it. I didn't know that one was live service. I thought that was like a complete game. I thought that was the complete game. Whatever. I don't know. Hot dog. Well, since nobody actually has told me that they want this strawberry kiwi, I will keep it to myself. Apparently giveaways aren't the thing on my channel. You know how hard it is to be giving stuff away? I did all of that stuff on my anniversary, gave away tons of things, contacted everybody, and like half of them won't get back to me. For like, I'm like, you want a prize? And like, some of them are like, here on Discord and on Twitch, and they've seen the message. They're not coming back at me. I'm like, do you not want the thing? Like, actually, I can give away this, and I can give away a $15 gift certificate. I still have one that they're letting me give away. I have a $15 Rogue gift card that I can give away right now. I have to figure out how to do that. Maybe we'll do that on Thursday or something. Supposed to be community day, right? So I'll be adding content. Like not like DLC, but like a season. Okay, interesting. Cool. I mean, I'd love to try it. I love all those games, but I just gotta, for me anyway, I have to finish the Final Fantasy. I really like it, but we're trying to be chill, trying to be available, right? Do you want me to wheel for the gift card? Yeah, well, I'll figure it out. I'm gonna write a post-it note. I've never done that before. Maybe I should try and embrace the post-it note lifestyle. You know? This is the only channel I win things. Right. Okay, I'm going to once you finish Final Fantasy. Yeah, well, what year? What was I saying? Oh yeah, giveaway away $15 Rogue gift card. We gotta figure out how to do that. We'll do that on Thursday, sometime this week, or at some point. I'll figure out how to do that, since it should be something creative or interesting or something. What if we did a fan art? Wanna do a fan art thing? That might be fun. Get like a taco team fan art. You take too long, it'll be a free-to-play game. Is it really? Oh, that's funny. Oh, wait. Oh, hey, thank you so much. Where's my alert? Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that, Pastor Greg. I'm sure there's an alert coming. Why did it not happen? I don't know. It ought to have. Weird. Maybe Spotify stream elements is broken. Need to ask Swordog for another taco banner. Those don't work. Dude, no, we don't do that at the taco class. I just gave a big talk on Saturday to the taco class, and it was part of it was no one will be teaching you how to do tech. There's enough of that online. We're going to teach you other stuff that nobody else teaches you. Thanks for the bits, man. What the heck? Now I'm annoyed. Your Steam Deck's broken? We got called out for alerts not working. Well, yes, you will. Yeah, but I won't tell you how to fix them. I'm just gonna tell you the problem. I don't know how to fix them. What the heck? I don't get it. I don't know what's going on. We'll go to the overlays and see what happens. I'll click the button. Edit. Let's see. I'm gonna hit the emulate subscriber event. Go. What the heck? Maybe Pastor Greg did it wrong. Here, I'm gonna go Pastor Greg, and then I'm gonna go 100. And that's it. And I'm going to hit submit. See, maybe it's your username. Why is that broken? Okay. That wasn't right. Post-it note coming up. Fix alerts. Yeah. Something wrong there. Seriously wrong. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, at least I'm sorry. You don't get alert until you're over the. It's not. I know, right? Hey, well, I don't know. Okay, fine. I'll put my name in there. Cheer event, custom. XtianNinja donated 100, and no message. Go. Yeah, that's about right. Teach humility and have be a stealth donate. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Actually, that was a big issue for me when I first started streaming. It was, should I even have alerts? Because like Matthew is very clear about giving and all the rest of that stuff. And, if you're on a Christian stream and people are giving, should you have alerts? That was a big thought. Bleach has better sad boy music and hype than Naruto. I don't listen to the music. I watch a lot of my animes on mute. So I don't really get to hear anything. Voices or nothing. Download the media kit. Very well put together. Can't wait to dive more into it. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's version 3.0, man. It's funny because I don't want to have two media kits, one for secular and one for Christian. And so I'm trying to thread the needle between, being Christian and letting them know I'm a Christian, but not being overwhelmingly Christian, so that the secularists are not like, this person is a religious kook. But I also don't want to not seem like a religious kook, because I am sort of one. Purely subbed and no audio. Yeah, I only watch sub. Yeah, subbed with no audio. Exactly. Through SE, people can donate anonymously. Well, I was doing the actual alert though. Oh, I agree. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it. That's when I watch. If I'm watching anime, it's usually at night, on in my bed, muted. on my phone. And even if the volume is up a little, it's Japanese and it's through my phone. So like when I watch Solo Leveling, I watch some of it on the TV and some of it like just in bed. And it's a very different experience when you're just kind of watching it with mute on a small screen. It's made for big sound and big screen. That anime, very much so. I like Solo Leveling. It was pretty good. No, you watched Solo Leveling. I know, right? No, I didn't. I don't think I heard it at all. I learned last night that apparently one of the girls from Blackpink and Felix from Stray Kids did the intro song for that, and I'm like, I skipped the intro song. I'm like, intro. I don't even think I've seen the intro. Maybe I watched it once. You know, like I'm bad. I agree that I should be punished. The rubber room with rats, yeah. Aww, why are you sad? It's fine. You tell me I gotta go watch it again? I gotta watch the whole thing again with the volume up? Probably should. Best in the entire show is when they do the Dark Aria song when Jinwoo has the first quest to kill people to live. Then they redo the same song when the Ant King does this thing. Perfect symbolism. Is that the one where he has to? He's in the room with the big spider. Is it that one? They're skipping intros to avoid spoilers. Then I missed the. Yeah, no, it's true, right? Yeah, they do that. They do that. They put a bunch of spoilers into there. Or yeah, like One Piece, just tell you the plot. Or no, they tell you the ending of the show. It's like the time when the end of whatever happens, and then they don't do it until the last part of the show in the last second, and then the thing that was in the title happens. When the crew betrays him in season 1, but yeah, in Spider Dungeon, yeah. I remember, I saw that. Yeah, I don't think I paid that much attention, and I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, the music is amazing," and I feel like I'm maybe not appreciating it nearly enough, especially for that show, because that show's really well done, animation wise and audio wise and voice acting and all that stuff. It's not like I didn't watch any of it on. I probably watched that on the TV, but I didn't pay attention. All anime watch muted up to this point should be considered invalid. Fair point. Even the trashy isekai, even the trashy harem garbage isekai that goes in and out one ear, or in one eyeball and out the other. Dan the Dan intro is a banger. I've heard that one. That is you're absolutely right. That one we actually did. We watched all together as a family. Didn't skip it once. That is a good song. Make up voices in your head. I would have to be conscious enough. I don't know what I do. Especially the garbage anime. All right, fair. I'll go back through my list, rewatch them all at twice the volume just to make sure that I get it. I could do it with headphones on. The dub is better for Solo Leveling. The actor cared so much they actually translated it better for him from Korean into English. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I see it this way. Some people are like, "Oh, it's always the same voices." Hey, Gamer Night. It's always the same voices. I'm like, you know what? And this is maybe a terrible way to put it, but this is how I think about it. This is the troupe, TROUPE, the troupe that of actors that puts on the anime plays for us, right? It's whatever that same 15 actors are that you always hear. You know, they're all in Fairy Tail, and anyway, for me anyway, I watch them in Fairy Tail first. So it's like, oh hey, look, it's Natsu. Oh look, it's Lucy. Oh look, it's Happy. And that's what they are. I don't know their real names. It's just whoever they are in Fairy Tail. And but I actually like it. You hear it's almost like a comfort thing to hear the same voices over and over and over, and just kind of be like, that's your people. That's kind of cool. It's like if your mom read you a bedtime story at night and you were just complaining because it's your mom. Why did you should get a different voice, mom? It's like just the people that do the anime for you. I think that's good. There are a couple voices that drive me absolutely bananas that I can't stand, but couldn't tell you what they are right now. But I just remember when I hear them, I'm like, I'm not watching that one. That guy drives me insane. Community night will be anime with no audio, like ranch on Pop-Tarts. Gross. Pop-Tarts, but I'm going to scrape off the icing on top. Too many Japanese shows have spoiler. Yeah, they do. A lot of spoiler. Challenge the Science Ninja Squad. Yusuke defeats giant robot victory. Right? Yeah, exactly it. That's exactly it. Yeah. So-and-so dies at the end. Yeah. Thank you to the 2 fights. So dude, nah, you know how it goes. This is how I've watched animes, like where you watch season 1 and then season 2 comes out. So you watch the first couple episodes, you're like, I should stop until they finish the thing, and then season 2 is finally done, and then I can't just start at episode 3 season 2. That would be insane. I gotta start in episode 1 season 1 and watch the whole thing. That's how I roll. That's just. But when you go through as fast as I do, like, it's not even that hard. You could say you never watch them and then don't touch garbage anime. If I told to watch garbage anime, I wouldn't watch anime. That is my favorite genre. Is garbage. It really is. Like, it's just there's something that speaks to me, man. Just the trashiest of trash. I don't care about spoilers in anime. The reason I start most anime is literally because Epic Fight was spoiled for me, and I want to get to that part to watch it. It's like my daughter. My daughter does the same thing. She's like, yeah, I started that anime because I saw a short on the and when she'll do that, what did she watch the other day? She's watching something last week, and because she saw a scene on Instagram or something, and she wanted to get to that scene, and then she did, and then quit the anime altogether. Didn't get past that scene. She's like, oh, that's the scene I wanted to see. I'm like, you watched like 5 episodes to get there. There's only like a few more. I don't care. I got to the part that I like. If you want confusion, watch through all the old Godzilla movies. The same actors appear multiple times as different characters, even major ones. But of course, the dubbing is always done by different people. All George Takei and Kea Luke. Honestly, dude, yeah. I've only watched one, I think, in my whole life, one Godzilla movie. OG Godzilla. It was Godzilla versus, who was he versing? Mothra? Mecha Godzilla? He was versus somebody. I think it was Mothra. But I was really little. I don't remember any of it. Well, it's time for me to go have a little snack. And this is usually the part where I get up and I just go grab myself a cheese and a pepperoni, because that's really yummy. That's the good stuff. But then I'm going to come back and I'm going to jump into the Minecraft. It's just going to be chill, man. Shut up. I do frequently confuse Mothra and Mechagodzilla. They're both gray, I think. I don't remember. I was little. It's like clips of anime that pique my interest. Yeah, watch through the whole season. I agree. But you go past that scene. Go past that scene. I've stopped animes because I just got bored. Like Irakun, I think is the name of it. The one where I know it doesn't narrow it down, but he's like a little kid and he ends up going to hell, to demon school. But in hell, his uncle turns out to be a demon or whatever. His family sells him. I can't remember, but he got down there. And I watched, I don't know, like maybe 20 episodes. And I was like, I can't anymore. And I just quit. Stay Puft, there's the same thing. Ghostbusters and Godzilla, same story. They totally ripped off Godzilla. As opposed to Zack and Garrick, I prefer my animes with stories, even slice of life. Okay, for legit though, like if I'm sitting down with my daughter Snack Girl, we watch romance. We watch romance animes. We love them. Just the romance stuff, really girly, sort of, touchy-feely slice of life stuff. If I sit down with my son, right, we're gonna watch some kind of action-oriented power fantasy because we're both generic as flip. If I sit down with Theo, she certainly is all over the map, right? She'll start one and then drop it, start one and then drop it, and start one and then drop it. It's infuriating. She started Naruto, and then we watched, like, I don't know, 200 episodes, like, and then she just stopped. I'm like, dang it, man. And so we'd like, or whatever, a lot of episodes. It basically got to the end of when it ends on Netflix, and it just didn't go back. And then she rewatched some One Piece, and she never went back. Like, she does that a lot, and so I'll watch the first part of a lot of animes with her, whatever seems to be popular at that time. I like the animes with shots fired. I don't need a good story. I just need the tropes. Hit me with the tropes, man. That's why I like isekai so much. I don't have to think about it. I don't need no plot. Except in there was one. It's so edgelord. It's one of my favorites. I became the world's strongest. The main character is like a teenager, falls off a bridge, lands on the ground, almost dies, drinks a puddle of blue potion, slithers into a cave, eats bugs and blue potion until he can basically comes out of there like ultra super buff, can do everything, has all the powers, and then moves on to be this edgelord harem king. And it's so trashy, but I think it's so good. I watched it twice. Oh, look, it's a bunch of links coming to me. Just really, really huge fan service. If you know what I mean. 2 really huge fan services is what I'm looking for. Yeah. That's one of the problems with some of those, is that, like, I can get past fan service. Like, it's whatever. It's part and parcel with it. Like, it's just move on. Problem is, like, people show up and then he's like, what are you watching? And I'm like, well, it doesn't happen very often. And why you watch, whatever. Had to see Vending Machine. I tried Vending Machine. I think I got to episode 4. It just didn't grab me. Yeah. Fate Heavens Feel. I watched Fate, the original Fate, a while back. Fate, just called Fate, right? I really liked it. But then when I tried to watch the next version, it's Fate something or other, which is like the same story again, but with like a different perspective, I couldn't get into it. I think it was too close because I just watched that. And it was like going back to the beginning of the one I just watched. And I'm like, I just couldn't get into it. And then I just kind of fell out of the Fate thing. I was like, I should watch this. I really like this. We should play the games and stuff. But I ended up just being like, I burned on the story because I got to the end of it. Yeah, I know they all have different endings and they have different paths and stuff. And I know. Just I think it was just too close and I just never went back. Fire Force was a show you can't watch without sound effects. It made the show 10 times better. Fire Force was one of the ones I watched with Theo, who dropped it after like 4 episodes, and then I never went back. There was an anime that had male fan service, and it was just so obvious and dumb. Oh, there's a waifu. You know how a lot of games are kind of waifu collectors, like especially like Genshin and all that stuff. There's a boy one now, where they are from space. The boys are from space. Yeah, that's it. Love and Deep Space. And it is so very male fan service of males. Like it's intense, man. It's intense. And it's not even like, if that was the equivalent sexuality in like Wuthering Waves or something like that, they would literally be licking the monitor. Like that's what level of obvious it is. The game tracking period. Bro, I don't know if that's a joke or not, but you know what? Sure, why not? Lol, you right? Yeah. It's not a joke. Okay, I'm gonna Google that just to see. It's called Love and Deep Space. And Deep Space. I've Googled this already once. It's auto filling. I wonder what Past Me was up to. Period tracker. Yeah, it's a dating sim, right? But you're also collecting the husbandos, right? Love and Deep Space is getting a full-on period tracker in version 3.0. What? Hold on. Okay, what? Okay. Love and Deep Space, the mega popular mobile game from the studios behind Infinity Nikki. I forgot about that. Infinity Nikki put that together. Boy, they got the finger on the pulse of the internet chicks. And me, apparently. Maybe I'll like Love and Deep Space. Head turning feature next month. Released in stateside 2024 by Infold Games. Love and Deep Space is a free to download game where players meet, date, and get to know a variety of swoon-worthy virtual men in a sci-fi setting. In 3.0 update live stream on Friday, developers shared new updates heading to the game in January 22nd, including one that would be at a period tracking feature where players can input their real-life menstruation dates to the game. Part of a new feature called Remind Me, based on the developer's description, Remind Me works like a little calendar app within the world of the game. When players use it, they can add an event or a reminder and set a time for it. When the set day and time arrives, one of the Love and Deep Space dreamy men will notify the player in-game of their on their device. The system could work for little things like a notification to drink water, but it also contains space to track your menstrual cycle. Okay. I don't know. I'm not a girl. So if a husbando comes on and says, "Hi, honey, you asked me to remind you when your period started. I just want you to know that you're entering your lunar phase soon." Like, is that something the girls want? Is that what you want? Or is that a girl thing? Like, I don't know. I'm not a girl, but it's a feature. It is rare for video games to contain positive features directly related to women's reproductive health. That's true. This is a very rare feature. I will agree with that. Demos show that if one of the characters looking lovingly at the player and affirmed that the player's mood and health are the top priority for its virtual assistant. Yeah, well, okay, yeah, all right. And then I'll reward. And then the clickbait stuff at the bottom. Because you got to get it into the algorithm. Wild, man. That's wild. And by the way, do not clip what I just did. That's why I waited a minute before telling you, so that you can't actually do that. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break. No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna take a little break and we'll go grab some protein. I'm gonna come back. We're gonna jump into Minecraft and enjoy some time. Remember, the Minecraft server is open to anybody who wants to join it. You just, let me know. You can come on there. You can play along. You could be on there right now if you want to. I will try my best, and I can't commit to anything at this point because my life is so goofy. But I will say that I'd like Minecraft Monday to be a thing. And regardless, just kind of decide that it's a thing. Regardless of what's happening in my life, just do Minecraft Monday. What's hard? What's so hard about that? Nothing. I have a big project. Okay, I'll come back. The commercial is starting without me. I will see you. Oh no, it just ended. I will see you soon. In the meantime, !web. Please go and follow the web newsletter. !YouTube. I'm going to be redoing the YouTube channel. Actually, it would be really helpful to me if you tell me what on the YouTube channel you've actually liked, because I'd like to do more things that you guys like as opposed to just me throwing stuff at the wall. So if you've liked some stuff, let me know what you want on there, and I'll try to amalgamate that and put it on there. And then the last thing, just say do a thing to Gherkinsteel. Just do a thing to, and then Gherkinsteel. See what happens. I'll be right back. everybody. Let's get this show on the road. Where's my... There it is. Okay, then we're gonna switch over to Minecraft. Minecraft, not your craft, Minecraft. Done. Now turn it on. How do I do that? This is the button. That's the button. Go. Dude, yeah. I'm on stream. I ain't gonna just sit there and watch it, man. It's probably longer than a minute. I go upstairs, I grab some pepperoni stick, and then I shove it in my face. You notice that there's now exists animal crackers half dipped in Reese's? So half peanut butter, half chocolate, half graham cracker? That's almost all the way to s'more. I had some rogues this morning, and I put it in the Keurig. I ground it up myself with my hand crank, and then I put it into the Keurig using my little filter system. And it was still super good. It was so good, man. It was so good. No, I didn't know that the Reese's thing. What do you guys want to listen to? We can listen to this electric stuff and just kind of have it up. We can go back to the jazz, like the kind of the blues stuff. We can do D&D adventure music. We can do some EDM. What are you guys into? We can actually, I also have future synth, like as in 80s, like sort of synth wave. What do you guys want to listen to? Animal crackers tend to be a vanilla cookie. Oh, do they? All right. Gregorian chant. Okay, I guess that's an option. We can probably do that. How about what's that one that they do when they sing into each other's mouths? Remember you remember? You probably don't know. It's a way that they can do resonant singing, and they can hit multiple. No. They sing these tones. And they can like almost like weirdly do harmonized stuff. I can't remember how it works exactly. I just know that I'm on the wrong spot. I need to beat to the left. There we go. I think it's Norwegian, but don't quote me. All right, this isn't right. This isn't the right music. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna try synthwave. Now we'll see how that goes. Oh, my tummy is like, you need to eat right now, buddy. Okay, I will. All right. So, been a while. I got pepperoni and cheese. Who's that? Oh, that's Mr. Llama. Okay. Was on a cruise and I got COVID after that. Oh yeah, you were with people. Oh, by the way, hi Dragonheart. I'm sorry. Yes, it has. I just saw you. I saw your name and then was like, passed right by. Welcome. How are you? You said you got COVID. Yeah, that does not surprise me even a tiny little bit. Like, honestly, dude, everybody I know who who tries going anywhere public. I went on an airplane and got COVID. I went to it's like, it's not gone. Not at all. All right. Why can't I hear the sounds coming from this game? This might not be the right game, right sound, right music either. And I agree. It's hard to find royalty-free music. Let's do this. We'll just do the regular stream hype music. It's enough. It'll do. My normal stream music. It's just, I don't want it to be super chill because I'll fall asleep. Back up to 100. Weather's low. Okay, we're good. There we go. That's the issue. Where's the bed? There. Was it 20 years ago you would go on a cruise and catch Norwalk? Norwalk? I forget. Shoot, I haven't heard that word in a long time. But yeah. The unwashed masses are called that for a reason. I need to refamiliarize myself with what the heck I'm doing here. So you go down, and you go, through here, and that's going to be a tunnel. Right. Remember swine flu? H1N1? Or was that bird? Was that the bird one? I can never remember. Okay, this is supposed to be a train station. That's supposed to be a tunnel that goes into the ground and becomes like this little tunnel that shoots out that way and goes off to, I don't know. It's gonna have to go somewhere. Like it can't go straight because that's just, if it went straight, that'd be a long tunnel. It's got to come out and then like go up to somewhere that is good. Probably over here. It'll have to come out here, go underwater, have a bunch of glass, and then we'll come up here. Yeah, this is, unfortunately we're in a valley, but that's okay. Yeah. In the meantime, we're just gonna try to make this thing, and I'm not gonna try to get too crazy about it. We got stone on the walls. I think I want stone on the walls. What do I want on the walls? Punch a tree. I know, I'm just turning in circles. I'm like, why am I here? What are we doing? Maybe I should start this. I mean, you know what I should do? I'll go find the actual the picture. I'm gonna go look for the picture of what I'm actually supposed to be doing. Boy, how far back is that? View. Large icon. No, let's do extra large icons. And then we'll organize it by type. Okay, let's go. PDF, zips. You're all in the wrong order. You know how when the last time I deleted my my downloads folder? It's been too long, man. I've got so much. Do you ever build your fancy train station? No, that's what I was standing on. Overall, I'm fine since COVID. The second time felt drained. Oh yeah, it sucks the life right out of you, man. Do you have anybody taking care of you, or are you on your own? Because I know that you're the caregiver. Did anybody ever actually give you care? I hope they have. Not to bring up sour grapes or anything, but you know. Where are you, pictures? Oh wow, that is going a long way back. Maybe it's upside down. I'm starting to see stuff that was not. Yeah, I don't know what order this is in. I'd like to put it on screen and show you guys what I'm scrolling through, but I don't think that's a great idea. I feel like that would shoot me in the foot somehow. Something would happen and you guys would be like, oh, blah. Not that I have a bunch of porn on here or anything. I have very minimal porn. Just limit it to the necessary amount of porn. Where is it? That was a joke, by the way. Probably people who don't understand jokes. I've got so many pictures in here. I should just delete some stuff. No, it's not there. Okay, well, screw that then. We'll just do it using the power of my brain. No, we won't. Not a bunch, just the amount I need to minister. To minister. Right. That's exactly it. Exactly. I have to do this because it's part of ministry. Yeah. How much more obvious can you get? All right, Copilot. I know it's in the history of Copilot. History, except history. Where's my history? Equator, custom t-shirt. Minecraft. Give me the search. Where's the search button? I hate that. Tomato theme? How far back are we going here? Golly. All right, so we'll look at that. We'll look at ChatGPT. Maybe it's on there. So excited. My sister's birthday is coming up, and I found a bunch of Bluey stuff. Oh, did you really? Are you doing a Bluey themed birthday? Man of the people. That's me. Minecraft. Das ist Minecraft. Here it is. Okay. I know some of these were a good idea. Other than them were, it wasn't. I like this idea. That was a good idea. Wow, it's come a long way. Like, I think it would look a lot better than this today. Let's download that one. Okay. Just want to make her smile. I love it. That's what else is there, man? I like that one too. Okay. But there's one that was kind of on the side that looked a lot like this one. I think this one was kind of what I had in mind, but there was one with a tunnel. Where's the one with a tunnel? This is cool. I like this. It's above, it's raised, you can go underneath. There's like a stuff in the background. I don't know if I can do that necessarily, but I hadn't really thought of having the train come up and then you could like have the things underneath. That's a good idea. I like that. Ooh, that tunnel's kind of good. That kind of matches my land, my little cherry blossom land, but we're not over there right now. So the weird part is though I didn't feel drained kind of thing after the first time I had COVID. Well, they're different strains, right? And it'll hit you different. Some like will ruin your hearing. Some will like make you sick to your stomach. Like there's no rhyme or reason to the thing. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's good. That's enough inspiration. Probably. Did I do this one? I did. Okay. Minimize, and we'll go back to our downloads folder, and we'll just pull it up. Let's do this. Let's do this one, and we'll start with sort of that archway. To let the Minecrafty light rail train in the last one. Yeah. That one right there. This the thing on the right here. Secret tunnel. Yeah, that is. Except it's a public tunnel. There's no doubt it came from the cruise ship because my mom is in the chat. Mom in a chat room with a bunch of other people from the cruise ship, and everybody got it. Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me at all. You pay the money for a cruise, feel a little sick. Oh, I'm sure it's nothing. Deny yourself. I mean, it's not going to happen. Nobody will do that. Yeah, I like that. We're gonna do that little archway right there. I like the stairs too. Yeah, this is good. We're gonna build that. That's what we're gonna do. So this comes in. Where do you want it to come in? We can actually do the archway right here. Genius. Maybe. Am I a genius? Hard to say. We'll just use stone, right? Could that? We should set it. Make a different thing than stone. What do we got? Probably should use this now that I think about it, which I think is polished stone. Or should we do wood? Oh. 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 We can always change it later. Like we don't have to be stuck on it. I don't want to do stone. Let's do polished tough. Now that I think about it. Yeah, let's try polished tough. Sun is always going down. Have you noticed how the days are always ending? Usually at first I thought it was just a small straight problem from all the weird foods I was trying. Did you end up finding something you like? Because I know you were struggling there for a bit. I think I'm gonna have to increase the length of this thing here. Because last time you were on, you're like, I've tried all the hamburgers, and I've only found one good one, and it's got what was it? Brie? Was it a slice of brie? No, what was it? You had something on there that I'm like, I don't know if that'd be any good, but it was something spicy, super spicy, something like that. 87 different foods. Oh, far out, man. That's cool. And this is chiseled tough. Is that the one that goes there? It is not, in fact. Oh, gotta go to bed. Otherwise, things will come out and kill me. Because this game is actually a horror game. If you don't know, this is your first time watching Minecraft, and I know it is for some of you, because Minecraft is fairly new. It's actually a survival horror game. That's the genre. Don't fool yourself. Don't let anybody tell you any different. This is a survival horror game. Polished stuff. It's not stone. I think it's polished stone. Isn't this polished stone? I guess I can F3 it. It's polished andesite. Seems a waste of cheese. It's already melted. Well, that's it. What was it? Dragon Heart. Didn't reach my goal. I was trying to get to 100 foods. That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good. What was that burger? Remember you came in and you told us that you tried a burger? It was like the first thing you actually liked. I don't think I have any. Maybe I gotta put away some stuff here. Oh, keep the meat. Keep the stone. Don't need that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Probably need the dirt, maybe. Keep the quartz. Oh, all right. Those are different. Don't need the hoe. Don't need a book. Why do I have all these things? When was the last time I was even on this stupid server? Been a while. Okay, not in here. So do I have any polished andesite anywhere? Block of iron. I remember that problem. All right, we'll go to the store. Can't remember exactly. Blue cheese, that's what it was. It was blue, yeah, blue cheese, and you liked it. Yeah, I couldn't do the blue cheese thing. How do I get to the store again? Store? Shop. That's what it is. Okay, I need a block. I need polished andesite. Oh, it's right there. How much do I need? Yeah, that'll do. Cool. I read a sad quote that was, do you ever think the world would be better off without me? No, I don't, because it implied that that you had an impact on the world to begin with. You were not even worthy of a negative effect. That's kind of rough. That is kind of rough. All right, if I was going to do this, we're going to get some of the cobblestone back because we're going to do this properly. Blue cheese on a burger is pretty good. Works well with eggs too. Eggs, he says. Eggs on a burger. Sure, why not? Who am I? Who am I to say anything different? Okay, you know what makes sense would be ivory. The ivory pillars. I'm capable of so much more and no one sees. Some days I feel so alone I would cry, but I don't. I never do, because what would be the point? Not a single person in the entire universe would care. That is rough. You know what though? That it's also very real. There are people out there that legitimately feel like that. They really do. Oh, I remember now. I was gonna put a wall there. Whatever. Oh, I still can. Because it comes here. No. Nope. I screwed it up. Quartz bricks. I need quartz pillars. I had a nice block of blue cheese a while back. Only got to eat about half of it. My roommate threw it away. Threw it when I was away because it was moldy. Never has been in more danger of his life. It smelled bad and it was moldy. Yeah. Yeah, it did. That's the idea. I threw your chocolate cake out because it looked brown. Yeah. Oh man, I'm all out of quartz too. Dang. Well, I'm all out of, no wonder I can't get anything done. Figured I would have unlimited food here, and my family's always teasing me about how picky I can be. When in truth, when I'm paying for the food, I want to know I'm gonna like it. But if I'm not paying, yeah, try some stuff. That's how I am too. I completely agree with you. Couldn't agree more. 1000%. Quartz slab, quartz stairs. I want a quartz pillar. Isn't that what that's called? Yeah, quartz pillar. I think I had to build my own. Diddly ding dang darn it. All right, well, let's stick the quartz into here then. Quartz pillar. Boop. How far apart are those? Approximately, considering those aren't actual Minecraft blocks. We'll put them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So half of 9 is 4. So we'll do 5 up. Starting here. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ow. Yeah, that's about right. And then how far in between? There should be a stair there. I need scaffolding. Where's the miscellaneous stuff? I know it's going to be under miscellaneous. I just want some scaffolding. It's the right thing to do. Oh, that's not right. I won't need a sword because I'll be fine. But, oh, I forgot how this works. Yeah, that's how that works. Okay, now I need a stair. How much spaghetti did you eat? Whoops, I think I need to go back and get more quartz. That's what I get for turning everything into one thing. Push us into a bag of spaghetti, like a full fist amount of spaghetti. That's a lot of spaghetti. Yeah, if you ever made spaghetti, you know that it can be easy to make too much. And dude, it's if you can eat an entire thing, then kudos to you. I don't want quartz bricks. I want quartz. Oh, I forgot about that. That's in something else. They put it somewhere stupid. What'd they put it in? Not blocks. Decoration? No. It was somewhere stupid. I still make spaghetti, but for health reasons, I had to cut way down on carbs. Now the pasta is just there to flavor the sauce. Aww. That's kind of sad, actually. All right, we're gonna make some stairs. Not too many, though. We gotta figure out a plan here. Fill up my spaghetti, but for health. Oh yeah. I'm such a fatty. All right, so. I think I need to put dirt there. Yeah, I think I do. Let's put dirt there. One dirt. And then the stair. I'll get this right eventually. That's it. And then shoot. All kinds of weird stuff. Eggs Benedict. Eggs Benedict, it requires that you have good hollandaise. I've had some terrible hollandaise sauce in my time, and it just, no matter how good the eggs or good anything else is, bad hollandaise will just ruin everything. You hear Homestar Runner? Joking. Got review bombed and is getting boycotted now. What did Horizon Zero Dawn do? Okay, RL. I know what it is. My brains work. Took one bite near the head throw up. Yeah, hollandaise isn't for everybody, but good hollandaise is still good. I mean, it's butter, right? Liquefied butter with spices. We're just going to do a unit with a global passive, not requiring the unit to be on a team. I saw that. So, what? Like, I don't quite understand what the big deal was. Can you explain it a bit better to me? Because it seemed like not a huge deal to me that they would release a character, right? And people get all mad. Like, what is it? Is it a political thing? Like, as in, like, it's some kind of statement to say that they're doing something. Oh shoot. This way. Nope. Okay, I will do something else. Put a block here, and then we'll put a block down. There it is. And then pillar up. Does that look right? That looks right. Okay. I think we tried to pass it around the table and everyone tried it. Oh, nobody liked it. That had to be bad hollandaise then. I'm not fully convinced that you had good hollandaise. Because hollandaise, although you were on a cruise, so you'd think that they would get that right, you know? If we allow to slip in, then we'll be getting more units that are required to be pulled due to universal passive. Imagine a unit that says all your units now have double the DPS if you have this guy in your account. That would be so cringe for the game. That makes the 4-man team no longer a 4-man team. It also means content will be balanced around said passives. The unit that has a passive and make it your first death doesn't count in the game, so that the game will now. Oh yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah. That makes sense, right? It like the idea that that person's not even playing; they just have to be on your team. That makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna put stairs on top of that. Ah! I don't ever use these things. Okay, so a stair would go like this. Nope. Whoop. Like this, maybe? Okay, and then like maybe I'll just put like one slab on top. How's that look? It's also not fun. Just makes you think you're wasting your time if the unit's not on your team, because it's like choosing a 4-man team over a 5-man team if you're just a... Yeah, well, I guess that makes sense, because like if you have like if you just can't win because that's just the way the game is now, if you don't have that character and everything is, you have to wait for that character to come out, otherwise the game can't be played. Yeah, I can see that being pretty diabolical. Oh wait, that's not right. Because, ow, boy, scaffolding is gonna fall off. Because the train track needs to come down here. Yeah. Then it goes across. Train track, train track, train track. What if I could bring it low? That might be fun. Like, and then just do a pillar that's like smaller. We'll do 4. Right? And then the stair can go here. And then slab. And then I do that wrong. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. No, I did it right. And then another stair. Eh. They have to make all crews food bland in order to be acceptable to all people groups. They always have a lighter seasoning and are made intentionally so that you can always add more flavor. How to offend people's taste buds. I hate that. That makes me, that's dumb. You should be able to get on there and have your taste buds blown wide open. I hate that I can't, like, crouch. If I could crouch, I could do something better on here. But I can't. Nope. No, that's not right. Ay, ay, ay. Boop. And then... boop. There we go. Yeah, it should, I mean, it should be, like, memorable levels of awesome. Well, that's not right either, because now it's not flat. Guess I can level that out. We'll figure that out a little bit in a bit. I'll go 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll throw more pillars in. This time it'll only be 3 tall. And then we do the L. And the slab. Oh, maybe that just should be a slab. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, there we go. This would be a bad business model because your favorite food would be another nationality's least favorite. I don't know, man. If you go to a certain whatever cruise and you're like, you know, give me the, you know, I'm going on this theme cruise. It should be the best, whatever that theme is. I don't know. The idea of it's just bad serving, you know, to have someone that does food that is blah. And the only way to fix it will be the only way to fix it is through salt. Like, that's just gross. And then the next day, hold on, Dragon. Joke kind of arrived because she went to the restaurant with one alcoholic drink in her hand and got water, but then 5 minutes later. Did you say something before? I mean, I think it's best thing all family jokes, like my sister having a drinking problem. No, she's had a drinking problem, just joke. Joke kind of arrived because she went to the restaurant with one alcoholic drink in her hand and got water, but then 5 minutes later, the waiter came back and like there'd been a Coke and she already had that water and had not been touched. And the alcoholic drink she brought back here before her meal was done. She had 5 Cokes that never got touched. Oh no, that's funny. And then the next day we went to a different restaurant and they had wine glasses that were bigger than my sister's head. And my mom bought a bottle of wine from the restaurant. They poured a glass for my sister. My sister didn't know how to tell them to stop. So she had this glass that was bigger than her head, half full. That's funny. That's hilarious, man. I love that. Nope. Food is considered very subjective for a place where every country is supposed to be presenting. Yeah, but at the same time, you shouldn't have a sort of, I don't want to put this without sounding like a jerk. Like there should be a level of expectation, a level of anticipation. That's what I'm trying to say. When you walk into a place like that, you spend enough money to be there. You should be able to kind of go, here's the memorable thing for me that I walked away with. That was so crazy special. You know, I want to tell people about it. Not the food was bland and acceptable, right? That's not really what anybody wants to walk away with. It was thoroughly acceptable. It was kind of okay. Actually, how did you find the food, Dragon? Was it bland? 8 bottles of wine a day. He was cutting back. I mean, if the bowl takes that much, I don't know why they'd serve you a fish bowl full of wine anyway. Never someone said food on a cruise. I've never see. I'm not an expert. I've never been to a cruise or a resort ever. So I'm not one to ask. All right, so I'm going to put that tough around here. Put this down here, and then put the polished tough. I remember digging this out. I probably had a plan. I don't know what my plan is now, but it's no longer that. All right, so I should be able to just turn using the power of stairs. Yeah. Next vendor, XtianNinja resort and vacation. Yeah, no. I just want, I wouldn't know what to do with a vacation. Do I need to move this entire wall? Do I need to come down faster? I think I just need to come down faster. Okay, we'll try again. Oh, slow down there, buddy. We're switching to the other one, less powerful. Pickaxe. Another one just made holes. Yeah, there we go. And we'll make the pillars like just shorter. So that's 4. We'll do this one 2. Whoop. And then we'll go straight to the ground here. Yeah, that'll work better. So stair, I suppose. And then another stair. But then what holds up that stair? Because I always think of what Grian said, and it's like gravity needs to exist in your world. It can't, you know, can't just hover. I guess it could be glued to the wall. That is an option. What does that look like? That's not bad. Okay. And then, oh no, that becomes a, that becomes a plank. Plank, plank, and then stair. Stair. Right. And then stair. Okay, cool. Chicken thighs and rice for me, right? Chicken thighs, rice, and broccoli. Point Dragon. Some food is bland, others are full of flavors, but the ones that you would expect to be good, that the ones who are bland, yeah. With my Point Dragon, they're on the other side of the bland. Yeah, okay. I mean, I can agree with you. I just don't like it. I'd like to walk away going, that was crazy, so good, as opposed to, Almost all of it was overpowering and too much flavor for me, but that's because I've gotten used pretty much boiled chicken as my diet. Poor guy. Gross. I gotta get rice, even salt in my dad's diet. Well, yeah, because you're stuck to him, right? Yeah, which is a bummer. Could always tell people the floating block is mid-flight because of the whole structure's only begun to explode. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I just need lore, is what I need. Okay, that worked better. I guess I could put pillars in. Yeah, that's not bad. We could do a third pillar. Oh, nope. Overall, I would say that if you do a cruise, you might want to book something more like Disney if you don't want gambling on the boat, because pretty much gambling and drinking. Yeah, I wouldn't enjoy that. You know, I'm not just because I'm a prude, which I am, but because like it's just not fun. Uh-oh. All right. That's kind of weird looking, but it's not bad. Not bad. What if you could gamble for waifus? Dude, that's just a gotcha. What are you talking about? What if gotchas were on the vote? Yeah. Let's bring the station down. Not the station, the track, I mean. There. And then that'll work. Okay. And then train tracks. Do I even have train tracks? College was the IRL gotcha. Every year a new model came out, or a new set came out that you just had to have. I don't have any train tracks. I do have train tracks. Yay. Surprised if we don't see King and Queen bingo more often. Got crowned the king and queen of bingo the first day and they never showed up for bingo again, even though they got free bingo for the whole cruise. Oh, wow. Oops. I guess if you beat bingo, where's the challenge? It's the Gurk problem. Once you're the best at it, you know, what even is the point? What? What? Oh, really? You can't have stairs. Well, how about them apples? Okay, now how about now? Nope, tag nabbit. Really? That's super dumb. I'll make these into more attractive things later. In the meantime, we'll just put them sideways. There you go. Not terrible. My mom bought my bingo, and I made it to win $300, and then had to split it in half with her because she bought it. Did you? Oh, that sounds wrong. I bought you a bingo card. You won. Oh, give me money. What? No. Having kids is the most difficult. Gotcha. You never know what you're gonna get. That is true. You know? And until you level them up, you never really know what they're capable of. And then you get a favorite one, and you keep using that one, but the other ones are, you know, they need attention too, but you just can't afford to pour your time into those ones. So you just decide, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the one that I know is gonna work, be effective every time I try to do something. And then you just give that one all the resources, right? How far do I want to, when do I want to turn? I could come all the way this way and then come back around. Because part of me is like, I still want it to come here, but we need to be able to get off, right? It needs to be able to get off. So theoretically, it could come back here. And this could be like where everybody gets off and then it turns back around and goes back in here. Is that silly? Guess we won't know until we try. Where'd my bed go? Where's my bed? What? Where's my bed? I need bed. Whoa. Well. Good. Bed. Okay. I don't know. Somebody went to sleep. Where'd my bed go? Okay, that was odd. You know what? We're gonna do this with those. It only makes sense to do it with these kind of blocks. Why am I covering up the tuff? Golly, creeping crackers! Oh, Konami! Scared the daylight. Ah, it's still coming at me. Hold on. Ow! welcome to the stream. How you doing? You killed me with your raid. That's okay. I don't mind. Hello, Kishu. Long time no see. How you doing? Hey there, Catherine. How's stuff? Good to have you come by. What is up? Welcome, Raiders. Hi, Lion. Well, I'm doing all right. Been an interesting, we just did a big long talk earlier, sort of about like what life looks like when you're trying not to be in charge of it, essentially. And what is it like when you've got all these ideas in your mind of how life should go and it's not working, so you try harder. Maybe it's not trying harder. Maybe it's about pulling back, right? And so that was a big talk, and so I'm kind of working through stuff on stream. That's what I'm doing. So now we're chilling in Minecraft, or we were chill until about, I don't know, a minute ago. Have a good meeting. No, sorry, look, honestly, you thought your chat was gonna kill me today? Why? What were you doing? No, I understand that, Dragon. I get it. I get it. And I'm in the spawn house. What the what? Okay. I literally got so killed. Built entirely of baloney. It's true. People get given. Oh, so stream. Oh, were you doing a marathon? That's cool if you were. I was finishing my unbirthday subathon and half my chat was yelling at me to go eat and the other half was raising the timer. So it was a 5-minute mark for a good 30, 45 minutes. That's fun. That's always fun. Well, that's happy birthday to you, or happy merry on birthday, if it is your own birthday. But very cool. That's awesome. If you don't know who I am, my name is XtianNinja. My mission here is to build an open, encouraging, and meaningful online community through gaming and real talk. So it's always an AMA. And God's truth. I was a pastor for a really long time, and so I like to talk about Bible stuff and life stuff and counseling stuff. And then I'm also the Alliance, the executive director of the Alliance for Creative Outreach, which is basically a group of Christian content creators who take care of each other. That's what we are. And so, a very merry on birthday to you. Yeah. I exploded all over the place. Hello, Death. You can go now. I figured it out. All right. That grass looked like a scary thing, and it scared me. I'm now paranoid of grass. That's how it's going. How's it going in your Minecraft? I'm scared of grass. Boop, boop, boop. My hat. Okay. Do I have everything back now? I would miss one thing. There we go. Chill lurk. Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. Frickin' frick, Zach. I just got back there. Ooh, what's that? Thanks, Zach. Okay, landmark. I know that. I've seen that before. I didn't know there was a building up there. We should go look at that. So question, if another content creator joins Taco Minecraft server, do they have to set up CCI or did all... Oh, no. The CCI is built literally for each individual streamer, right? So therefore, if you want it to be for you, you have to talk to the guy and he has to put your name in all sorts of places in order for that to work. That's how that works. Otherwise, there would be a whole bunch of things happening. That's cool. Who's building over there? Whoa! No! Oh, dude, I almost died. Can we not? Just for a minute? Can I bed clutch? I can't even bed clutch. I need to go down to where I was. That is not where I was. Where was I? I think it was this way. I need to eat. Do I even have food? I do. Before Zach kills me again. Hey, DP.
You cannot do it back in.
I can do it back in.
Give up, tune in and
there it is.
slam that door. Give up, give up, give up, give up.
Ooh, I haven't seen this hole before. What? Where'd the hole go? Bro, did he? All right, now I'm really lost. Why is there snow over there? Great. I can't even see my landmark now.
Shut up and take my money.
Like anyway, good things with a new job. Unless you're doing subathon or something. The best is that we'd be on the same level. Same time is minimum. Oh, dude. Yeah, it's all good, man. Whoa! Holy jeepers crappers! Really? 8 charged creepers, just like right there. Awesome. I gotta not stare at things. I gotta go up and around. Leave me alone. No, tree. I can land on a tree. Well, that's great. That's just great. Yes, I'm playing. I'm trying to. That is unfortunate. Like, I don't even know what direction to go. Not that way or that way. Let's assume that this way is the way to go. That's away from the bad guys. Oh, man. Leave me alone. That's going to be a bad surprise for somebody. Man, can you imagine coming around the corner and all of a sudden there's a charge creeper? And the way it works on this server is it crams all the entities together to try to save some RAM. So that's not one. If you kill that one, there's another one under there. And there's 7 more under there. Ah, found the marker. That means this way. That would be that's a deeply unfortunate thing. Plus they leave a big hole. If you can get him to blow up if you can get him to blow up a skeleton though, I think you get ahead. That is a sheer cliff, man. At least I found my way back home. That's all that matters. Oh, there's my hole that I was going to investigate. What is the deal with this hole? Hello? Why can't I see the hole, Zach? Man, there better not be anything around here. That is jeepers. You know, if you'd have done that like 2 seconds earlier, I probably would have fell in the hole. Look, a donkey. There's a donkey in the hole. Is that... What's going on down there? Hello? Great. Oh, dude, I'm across the way. But I get to see the thing. Ah, that worked out. Neener, Zach. Whose place is this? I wanted to come see this. So there. Somebody's building something over here. They got the sheep. How many sheep are in that sheep? 13 sheep are in that sheep. Who's this? Funky Stick Man. Oh, hey, far out, man. Cool. I didn't realize. Can I use your bed? Can I use your bed? Yeah, it's hard to make time between the lag, right? And how long it takes for the actual thing to kick in. Okay, there you go. Funky Stickman's house. That was a nice little vacay. I appreciate that. Aw, that is poor 36 cows. What did you do, Funky Stickman? That's monstrous. Wow. Wow. That's cow abuse. Okay. Yeah, I know. I gotta go get to my own land now and hit that. If I die, I'm gonna come back here. But at least I know which way to go. It's that way. There's lava. I'm learning all kinds of things. That's my little area. That's right there. There's lava over here, like a really pretty lava thing. Neat. Oh, I'm gonna so die going down this hill. I gotta stay topped up because if Zach drops me, I'm in trouble. I gotta swim all the way to my... That's terrible. I gotta swim. Made me swim. No! I've done that! Should I blind jump? Want to see me blind jump? See? That's why I don't do that. I thought I was closer to the edge. Oopsie doodle. Oh, that's pretty. Look at them God rays. Let's go. Jump boost. Oh, that would have been convenient. I think. Oh, no, that's not a... That is deeply inconvenient. Holy crap. Do I die? Is this where I die? Am I dead now? I left rendering range. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't die in the first one, no. And I'm back at Funky Stickman's house. Great. I forgot to sleep in my own bed. Should have done that. Splat indeed. I figured you'd drown. With no jump? Oh, because I couldn't hit spacebar? No, it was just super jump. I think there's a no jump button, but I still think I can swim. I just can't go up. Oh, no, that's right. I would drown. You're right. Oh, what the? Who did what now? Who hit me? Oh, there's a guy down there throwing things at me. Awesome. It's so scary down here. This game is so scary. Where? Oh, went the wrong way. I'm actively breathing heavier because I'm trying to get back without dying before all my stuff disappears. Of course. Why would I leave myself a gate? So I die. So I tithe. Can you imagine you set up the I'm gonna spawn point. Thank you, brain. Imagine you did that. Like there was like an electrical shock hooked up to the pastor that depending on how much like you donated or that you tithed, he would get a little bit of a bigger or smaller zap just because it'd be funny during the sermon. That's kind of what we're doing. Uh-oh, my stuff all up there. Oh, I gotta go up the track. All right. Did that do it? Do I have all my stuff back? Just gonna go up a little further. I don't know where I fell. I think I'm good. Oop, nope. Dagnabbit. Oh, I know what happened. No, I didn't. I was like, the reason I survived the first one is because I had my boots on. Faster flies in the air. The rapture's happening. No, we just donated to have you yeeted. Where was I? Before I was so rudely interrupted. Now I gotta rearrange everything in my inventory. Pickaxe, axe, shovel axe. Hoe. What's the first thing that goes here? Pickaxe. No. I think we're good. Okay. We're back. We're back. We're back. It's all good. We're going to lay some track now. Oh, no. I was going to do quartz pillars as the corner. Yeah. But then why am I covering the tuff? That was... I remember now. That's where I was before I disappeared. Not the end of the world. It's all good. I can't think about it too much. Thinking makes me sad. Okay, and then that way. And it'll come this, yeah, it'll come around. That makes sense, right? Have you ever seen that mod that you can get? Hi, Jones. You ever seen that mod you can get where it makes it so that if you step on this thing, it hurts because it's an active saw blade and you shouldn't be touching it? It's like ADHD, just all of a sudden, why am I in the air? How did this happen? That's funny. Where was I going? What was I doing? Oh, right. I was over here. Wait, where do I start? When did I start? What was I starting? Yeah, that sounds like it. That's familiar. All right, cool. Track goes down. And then, yeah, we're gonna replace this with quartz. Yeah, we got a plan. We know what we're doing. We just got to figure out. We got the same problems we did in the last one, which is where to turn. Right? Like, how do we get off? I mean, I guess that's an option, yeah. That's a way to go, I guess. Okay. And then this. Oh, no, that was the right one. This goes here, and then those polished, no, not polished, that chiseled tuff goes here. Yep. Boop, 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 boop. And then chiseled tuff. Yeah, there we go. That's not bad. Maybe. It'll come together once I get the decorations. Boom. Minecrafting these groups successful. Dude, I mean, there's a reason that Minecraft is in schools. Kids like it. Kids these days and their Minecrafting and skibbities. Got close to pre-alpha testing a video game called Soulframe. Oh yeah, what happened? Why weren't you? Aw. I know it's cheating, but quite frankly, the shop is really easy. No, it's not a decoration. It is redstone. No, it's not. Is it a block? Can't be a block. No, it's not a block. What are you? You're not an ore. You're not a dye. Not a food. It's got to be miscellaneous. I just missed it. Actually, I'm in the game. I can play the game online too. Surprisingly, I'm allowed to share. How did you do? Well, oh, you got. I thought I read that I got close to being in the pre-alpha testing. So what's Soul Frame about? Surely it's in here. I'm just blind and dumb. What is that? Recovery compass. That's convenient. Nope. I remember it being somewhere stupid. It's okay. We'll just go to sleep. We'll think about it tomorrow. First thing in the morning. The very, and honest, is still pre-alpha, very early build game, so things might change. Oh yeah, well, as long as it works, man. That's what matters. Some of the pre-alphas can be pretty rough. I've played a few, and it's like, man, this doesn't work at all. All right, yeah, maybe I just got to make them myself. They're not that hard to make. I just thought I knew where I could find them. I'm Channing died miscellaneous food. Is it? It's not under redstone? Is it really not under redstone? It's not. Not an ore, obviously. Nope. I wish somebody would remind me. But you know what? We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll get a bunch of iron, and then we'll get a bunch of wood. I have iron coming out of my butt. Iron. Where'd I put my iron? Not in my butt again, did I? There it is. What are you eating to make iron come out of your butt? Meat. Copious amounts of meat. All right. And then tracks. I know rail. Rail is what it is. Called a rail. Boop. All right. Put some stuff away. Put away a block of quartz, and that, and that, and 2 of those, and the fence, and that thing. Why am I carrying around fence? Okay, back to the rails. Isn't it this? And then a metal one in the middle? Is that it? No? Hello. Aw. Thank you for the pig. Oh, it's the opposite. Great. Zach the pig. Where'd you go, Zach the pig? Off he goes. He doesn't care. He's out of here. Zach's got things to do. I wonder where he's going. He looks like he's on a mission. Like he knew exactly where he wanted to be, and it wasn't down here. Okay, bye. Hi, Zach. You gonna stick around with me this time? Or am I gonna murder your face off for food? You're gonna get in the way. That figures. Yeah, there he goes. That one, that Zach will stick around. I wonder what that other one's doing. What you doing, Zach? We're literally unkillable right now. When every time he heals, he's basically making entities. But I mean, the game is still pretty good. Yeah. Well, that's the whole point of the is that you have people that are, you know, like, hey, did you know that this enemy is completely unkillable? So theoretically, if I remember, there is a you can hit the redstone block. Hold on. It's this one, right? If I have a detector rail, it spits me out. Am I correct? I think so. Just make sure that's correct. And then we'll make a rail. Car. And I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Because if I spit it out right here, yeah, and then I'll get in up on the hill. And it spits me out. Oh, no, that was wrong. No, it's wrong. Still cool, though. Okay, that was the wrong one. I think it's the other one, then. It'd be the redstone one. Powered rail, I mean. And time for more science. Not that way. And then, well, I mean, that's something. It accomplishes the task, I guess. That's what I want. I want people to stop. I want people to get here and then stop. And then they have a choice, right? Choice to get out or not. Although I just realized this, there's no reason to bring this far. It should just come back around here and just spit you out like here, so you have a lot more area to go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that. But even so, with the newest update, I'm still averaging 60 FPS. What do you? And you're running a what? Because I know you're on a laptop. What's your laptop's thing right now? Card. Saw accompanying him inside of a truck. It was Bebop's junk removal. Mascot was an anthropomorphic rhino. Bebop, yeah, from yeah. Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles, you know. Oh, you're on Steam Deck. Ah, neat. Neat. That's cool. Nope. Okay, then we'll come back around. That's the better. That's the better. Cool. Yeah, well, Apple, I've learned a little bit about Apple gaming, and Apple gaming is an odd thing. I watched that what's his name, the Parrot Software, and he's explaining why his game doesn't have, isn't on Mac, and it's just like they make it impossible. That's why. Like, yeah, it makes sense. And they got such a small amount of market share for games. Although some are. Apparently Assassin's Creed's on Mac. Can you use a gate to stop? No, you can't put a rail at a gate. What'll happen is the rail won't go across. It'll just kind of, and then you're stuck on the end of a rail. You can't put a rail under a gate. But that powered rail trick, it works. Quartz. Ransom's on. Hey. Hello. You have a limited set for developable tools for Apple. Yeah, and you pay, and apparently every time they bleed you dry, according to Pirate Software. Who would know? You know, he would know. Okay, and then cool. And then the track goes boop, 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 boop. Ta-da! Yeah, and then they come along here. And I guess, like, maybe... Oh no, my sword. Aw, my sword is missing. I did miss out of some stuff. Bummer. Ow. Ow, I cut my flower. Ow. What'd you get for being alive in my area? I won't have it, I tell you. Maybe because Apple limited design. Yeah. Yeah, well, actually, well, yeah, because you do a lot of photography stuff, right? So Mac makes the most amount of sense for you. But if you want a game, since then they have become more and more invested and less user invested. Well, they discovered their pattern of how to make things, like how to get people to buy stuff. And there's such an amount of FOMO in people's life when it comes to Apple. It seems that they're willing to do anything, even if it's buy the same phone again. All right, so that'll come around, and then you go here. We're gonna go here. What makes sense? Yeah, right about here. Okay, we'll do 3. 3 makes sense. I actually don't know how that works. So powered rail. At some point, I do need to power the rails on the way up. Like, I do need to put some kind of red zone situation in here, because I'm supposed to be able to get all the way back up, and I have not got that yet. So, but we're not there yet. So I think if I come down here, you want to do the whole thing? Let's do the whole thing, just for fun. I should be able to get on right here. Nope. Okay. There we go. Just barely. Ah, home sweet home. Yeah, and then it stops. Yeah, I did that up here. Cool. And then I get out and I'm able to, and you're able to walk around. And it's like, okay, I want to keep going. Well, at this point, it's not very well done, because this needs to be figured out. So it goes through, right? You can get out. What I wouldn't want to do is slam this thing. What you kind of want to have is another train waiting, or another, like another rail minecart. And so then you go, okay, I want to keep going. So you jump out of your beautiful station and you get on the other minecart, and then off you go to the next spot, which takes you to the other land, right? And it's like, no, and you come to this one, you get out, but it's still not quite perfect, because if I go down, what it should do is spit me out, and then without getting out, right? Because that's how a train works. Without getting out of the actual train, it should be able to go, do you want to get out or not? Right? And then, no, I don't. And you push forward, and then zoop, off you go. That's how it should work. which means I would basically put a redstone here. Let's try. Redstone. Okay, I don't need you anymore. No more quartz, no more iron. No more of that. Definitely don't need leather. Or a whip. I need meat though. Alright, so my powered minecart, rail, regular rail. Yeah, okay. Let's see if that works. Science! More science! Yeah, right here. Okay, and then that. And then we'll put that on. But then we got to delete this one. Maybe. And put a regular one on. That might actually light up, now that I think about it. Because it does carry a current. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, cool. My favorite, my Steam Deck. Yeah, apparently it's pretty slick. All right, down we go. Now we're cooking, and it should stop. Like, do you want to get out here? No, I do not. And you keep pushing, and then zoom. It shoots you along the outside, and off you go. Oh, that's cool. Hooah! Only game I wish worked better is Forbidden West isn't super great optimized. I had that problem on my computer too. And the game itself was all right, but the actual any of the DLC was brutal. Uh-oh, Stream Elements is broken. Finally home, had about 45 minutes of errands to do and took almost 3 hours. Caffeine didn't seem to do much, but I wondered how bad it would have been if I had not drank it. Yeah, fair. Right? All right, so how far? I got more science. If I get on here. Oh no! If I get on there, it'll stop me right there. That's funny. I gotta. Whoops! That was not what I wanted to do at all. With the 30 FPS, which is playable, but if open the map, game crashes. Oh, really? That's crazy, man. See, I didn't have that. I did notice it was kind of brutal though when it came to whatever the other land was. I just didn't like it. Okay, and then if I'm on here, because what'll happen? Whoa! Zoom and then stop. And if I go this way, come on, come on, what? Am I stuck? Why am I stuck? You can go this way? Yeah. But I can't go this way? Oh, I just need a little bit more momentum. I need to space those out by a little bit. That's what that means. Okay. Easily done. And doing some more research, found out that everyone on Steam Decks is having a problem. Steam Deck's hardware is just not up to the level. It's not necessarily because of the hardware, it's because of the optimization, right? If they'd have put a little bit more work into making it a little smoother, it wouldn't be such a problem. Yo! Latrell Samuel Moore, welcome. Good to see you. Okay, this should work good. How you doing? How's life? Science is occurring right now. Science! I can't go backwards. Okay, if you're gonna go, I mean, you're gonna go onwards. That's funny. All right. So then off you go. Okay. Come back here, or I'll smack you with something. That makes sense, because you wouldn't want to go immediately back. Because if you're over here and you're like, okay, come back around, you'd stop, and then you'd keep your momentum going forward if you wanted to. But it would still allow you to stop. Okay, that's good. That's all I want. That's all I want. Like, then what? Not a huge fan of the big glowing red, but I mean, you can't get away from it. I guess you could theoretically. There's probably a way to go around it, but it's fine. It adds a little bit of light. I don't like how glowy it is. I could put like a redstone torch like over where I had it, but they'd stick out just as much. All right, so we're gonna start replacing a few. Oh, hello. That's not where I wanted that. Partially hardware because of the PC versions made from PS5. Yeah. Steam Deck has about as much power as the PS4. Right. Yeah. But again, like you said, you can decrease the resolution and stuff. Fair. So it should shoot me like at least up to here, I would think. I'm gonna choose it here just to be. Oh man. Powered rails, where are you? That's annoying. Okay, yeah. I think we're both on the same page. Between the two of us, we're correct. And that's what matters. But correct by committee. Redstone. There's more powered ones. Good. Nope, that's an activator. That is not the same thing. What is the recipe for powered rails? I can't remember. Gold, of course. Yeah, right. Cool. Gold, and then a stick, which I have, and then a redstone, which I can make. Okay, good. I won't need that more than 6, I don't think. There's some optimization pack. Oh, yeah. There we go. So we should go. And then another one like right here. I should, before I do here, let's science first. This way. Go. Oh, so slow. Zoom. Not quite. At least I know where to put it. Right there. That should do it. I should be able to get all the way. We'll do 2 just to make it, just to make sure. Come on. That's so dumb. I don't quite know exactly what I'm doing wrong there. If you're stuck to an all chicken diet, no bacon, you'd make it up that hill. It's true. The problem is carbs. I should put one more there. That's a little anticlimactic. Oh, I love that. Let's go. You're back. I killed your brother. He's come for revenge. Beautiful. That's stellar. That's just stellar is what that is. All right, cool. At least now I know what to do. I need to delete all this and bring it in one more. That's so dumb. I ain't moving my bridge. I gotta move this thing over here. I mean, you could. It would at least. You know what? That actually might look better than what I'm doing. Hey, Jones. I think we're doing all right. Hanging in there. I don't think there's any particular troubles. I think if Dragon's back, so that's the big news today. Do I have any polished stuff over here? I bet I don't. Nope. Need polished. It's easier to get when I do it this way. Polished stone. Where's stone? There it is. Look for a while. Oh, you not feeling good? That's a bummer. What did you catch? Have you got the COVID? And you don't have anybody there to make you soup. What's your at-home remedy for not feeling good? Theoretically, that should be cracked, I would think. I think that's supposed to be redstone. Yeah, we'll make that redstone. Nope, not that one. That one. Make that into stone, and that into dirt. Good. Now we'll go back to the rails, and right here, give or take. Yeah, that's where the powered rail is gonna go. Cool. Yeah, maybe. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It's all fine. It's all good. Could always call my parents. Dude, what's wrong? Yeah, soup is the way to go. I'm a big believer in soup when you're sick. It's a universal thing to make you feel better. All right, so this, I need to make the same thing I did in the other place. So right here and right here. Yeah, here. That's got to be powered rail. That's got to be powered rail. Wait, what? Wood conducts? That's odd. So now if I put... What? Well, that's just confusing. I guess I'll start further back. No, because you got to come in and he's got to stop. Stop there. He can stop there. And this could be the go. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah. Well, it's going to go zoom. Womp. Just for fun, let's do the whole thing. We'll go in here. And we'll go all the way back. That could be fun. Oh, duh. Duh. Okay. Thank you. So this is gonna go zoopity boop and then stop there. Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah, thank you. Hey, you're not so off. Because I don't want it to, I don't want it to stop there. That's not what I want. That's so funny. I forgot that torch you just did. I want him to stop underneath where it's pretty. Like right here. Well, right there. And then 2 ahead. And then 2 behind. And then you go power, power, power. And then remove that one because I'm dumb. And then put in that one and then put in the power. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. And because it'll go. Erp. No, did I do that wrong? I did it backwards. Ah, fiddlesticks. This is supposed to be the not powered rail. And this is supposed to be the powered rail. Yeah. Because it's got to be close. There we go. That's the stuff. Okay. Oish. 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 I'll hit it with dirt. And then powered rail. Yes. Okay. Then you come in and it goes from here, right? Whoa, come back! No, no, out of the way! Ah! Do not go! Did that with my sheer power of my will. Erp. Is it the barfy one or the I don't feel good? Yeah. But then I go up. Oh, I don't want to be here. I want to keep going. And then zoom. Off we go. I didn't see any of my cats. Anybody see any of my cats? Did they all leave? I think I did it over here properly. Bunk. That's the end of the line right now. That's why. Okay, so get in here. And let's go back. Oh. Well, I need to fix that. But that's not quite right. Oh, because that's an activator rail. That's the one that if you have an activator, it'll spit you out. That's what I remember. It won't just stop you, it'll spit you out. But I don't like it to stop you. I want it to yeah, actively remove you. No, I don't want it to actively remove you. I want you to have the choice. I can only go as fast as the server allows. And then, oh, what happened? No, ah! Why didn't you stop? What did I do wrong? Stop here. It did not. Oh my goodness. What? Apparently momentum is an issue. I was going too fast, Zach. Okay. Well, that's the science for another day. Wow. That was crazy. That's hilarious. It's just if you have too much momentum, it'll go right over top of that thing, which is why the spit you out thing helps. But if you spit you out and you're going too fast, will like your car leave? Will you just boom, off goes the train? I don't know. Do I need a box full of trains just so they can go get one? Well, dudes, I hope you had a good Monday. I enjoyed it. I had fun today. I feel like I'm back to usual, being able to kind of jump in, do a Devo, hang out, you know, do some Minecrafting. That feels very retro to me. Been a while since I did something like that. You know? All right, so let's figure out who we're gonna raid to. I thought it was fun. Thanks for being on the server. That was fun. Pastor D's playing Mario 3. Oh, you gotta go watch Pastor D play Mario 3. That's just too fun. I hope you feel better, Jones. Let us know if you need anything. Because we're here for you, and I'll help in whatever way we can. And I'm not just saying that. I mean that. But all right, let's head out. Did I do it? Oh, fiddlesticks. Why do I do that? Why do I do that all the time? Stupid.